back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a Wondery show brought to you by Audible. For those of you that can't read, don't like to read, Audible, that's the app for you. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, Cincinnati Bearcat alums. Shout out to the Cats. Get a chance to get back on track against the other Cats, the Arizona Wildcats.
Come on, baby.
Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason, as we always start off the show, please tell the people what we have coming up.
92%, we got another amazing episode lined up for you right now. We're going to recap week 10 of the NFL, talk a little bit of the out of the house from this weekend and in Lambeau, and Miles Teller. How about that? Miles Teller is here.
Ooh,
are you excited about that, Wyatt? Miles Teller's going to hop on the podcast.
Who's that?
Okay, see you later.
Great comedic timing, Wyatt. Great job.
Before we get into any of that, let's get into a little bit of that new news.
New news.
New news is brought to you by American Express. That's right. Heights Hotline Holiday Hot Takes. That's right. The quadruple H. We're doing a special holiday edition of Heights Hotline for this month's bonus content. You can give us your hottest takes about the holidays, or if you need any advice about dealing with your family or anything around the holidays, really, call our hotline at 929-399-7260. That's once again, that's 929-399-7260. We are bringing back New Heights mailbox as well. A lot of you have asked us about how you can send stuff to the show, so we decided to reopen our P.O. box in a location that's easier for intern Brandon to drive to. We're putting this in intern Brandon's hands. I don't know if that's the best thing.
Good luck, Brandon.
We're going to put the address in the description of the episode, so if you want to call, you can call. If you want to use snail mail, you can use snail mail. If you have fan art, different things you want us to try in the show, custom knives, whatever, you name it, send it to the P.O. Box. Intern Brandon will determine which ones he wants to show us, because we probably won't look at all of them, but we'll see some of them, and then some of that
we'll see the
good
groove stuff.
Will make it on the show eventually. Look forward to seeing what the 92%ers bring there. Also, New Heights Tailgate is coming to Philadelphia. That's right. The first New Heights Tailgate in Kansas City was such a success that we're running it back in Philadelphia. On November 28th, you can spend Black Friday at the link, not just watching the Eagles, but with New Heights starting at 11 o'clock in Lot K. Travis Kelce will not be there. I might show up. I probably will be there. Please don't tell anybody. It'll be the ultimate New Heights fan experience with food, merch, giveaways, a photo booth, a DJ, cornhole, field goal competition. New Heights Tailgate is completely free for any of our fans. Even if you're not a fan, if you just show up, it sounds like it's free. You don't need to sign up. You just show up. Capacity will be limited. First come, first serve.
Jason, you going to kick a field goal in Tim's this time?
I didn't want to do it the first time. I did that because I said something stupid, and I just wanted to support Pat McAfee, friend of the show, and awesome
all the
human
kickers
being.
Get it? Yeah, all the kickers.
Mainly Pat McAfee. And then I also, I think we can do some competition there. I don't know that it needs to be a field goal. I think we can figure out our own thing. That wraps up new news brought to you by American Express. Look forward to hearing from all the 92%ers on the phone, in the mail, and potentially at the tailgate right after Thanksgiving. You got to do something fun there. All right. Let's move on to out of the house.
Yeah, I got out of the house a little bit. I went over to New York.
You went to New York?
Yeah, I went to New York.
New York. Or
New York,
upstate?
New York.
New York, New York.
New York, New York. Yes,
What'd you do in New York, Trev?
Just hung out, man. Put the feet up. Saw some cool places. Ate some great food.
Love
and,
that.
got to feel the big city and its electricity and its buzz that it's always got. And yeah, it's my favorite time right now as the seasons are changing to be around the Midwest and the Northeast. And it was pretty fun. Yeah, there's a picture here of me at Puffy's Tavern saying what's up to a couple guys, and met my guy Summit out for a drink and met some friends. Got some new friends that I know out in New York. It's cool to just kind of vibe around the city like that. I think that's one of my favorite things to do in New York is just to, be one with the city. Just kind of walk the streets and feel the electricity, feeling everybody doing their own shit, and then meeting a few new people on the way.
I'm with you, man. There's so much to do there. And I mean, I love just the public transportation. It's a shame that you're so famous that you can't do it now, Trav, because it is spectacular.
What makes you
The
think
subway
I
is
won't go
fantastic.
down in the subway right now?
All right, let's do it. You and me. Next time we're in New York, we're taking the subway.
Deal. We did it in London. I'll do it here.
Did you come with me on the subway?
Yeah.
No, I did the subway. You didn't do the subway.
Me, you, Mom, I think Dad and Uncle Don, and I'm pretty sure we all did.
I love hopping on the tube. Big tube.
Dude, I'm in. I'm in. See the next up and coming music artist or dance artist.
I mean, how is the subway not awesome? You get to breathe a bunch of stale air that's been recycled by everybody else who's also in that little congested train car. Maybe see somebody do something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never a dull moment on a subway, really. I mean, if you think about it, there's something happening at all times.
Going down.
If you're
People
ever bored,
watching is one of my favorite things to do. It is.
and
I will
on
go
a
somewhere.
subway is a
That's
great
another reason why I
place
love
to
New
do
York.
that.
I love the people watch. Just
there
to
are some
see people
characters.
doing some wild shit.
yes. On the bye, do you completely forget about football? Like, what are you doing on the bye? Besides going to New York, besides going to Puffy's Tavern, how are you approaching the bye week as a Kansas City Chief?
You know better than anybody. You get so ingrained in the routine of things, and your days are set, your schedules are set during the season, and the bye week is just that. If you're fortunate enough to come out healthy and you can get away, I like to get away and recharge. Not everybody has the same feeling, and there's a lot of guys out there that have families and they end up staying in town and all that. But I like to get away, recharge, see something else, see a new city, feel like I'm somewhere else. And kind of just shut it down. I'll watch the games on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, but I like to kind of get away. Being in Kansas City for 13 years straight for 8 months out of the year, it's like, yeah, that can be a nice home for somebody. But at the same time, I'm somebody I got to move my feet, man. I got to travel. I got to see new things, visit friends, and I got to see a lot of friends and family out there on the East Coast.
Nice. All right. Chiefs headed to Mile High to take on the Broncos coming off the bye. Big game for the Chiefs, obviously. Broncos hold the division right now, as well as the top of the conference. So, Trav, what are the keys to the game?
I think right now the Broncos are playing so well together. You know what I mean? They're playing complementary football. They might not have a lot of games where they're scoring a lot of points and they're playing great defense, but at the same time, they're playing good complementary ball. And I think that it's kind of led by their defense. And then in those big moments, their offense keeps finding ways to win football games.
That's what great teams do.
And Bo Nix, man, we've said it on here before. It's like when the pressure's on, it seems like he just turns into a different guy. So it's going to be a 4-quarter, heavyweight battle. I'm here for it. I love these kind of games. Denver's not the easiest place to go in and play football, man. That altitude gets me every single time, and it may not make me play terrible, but it definitely makes a difference when you're playing up there. And I'm excited for the challenge, man.
Bo Nix, such a better quarterback when he's playing from behind.
It's a crazy stat.
Has it factored into your guys' head at all that maybe you should spot them some points and be the ones to come back from behind?
Chance. That's not how that works. No, nobody in their right mind is just like, all right, here, let's spot them. Let's spot them.
Listen,
13.
if we're listening to analytics,
the old Patty Mahomes,
statistically, it is the smart play.
Lead at half. Yeah,
statistically, it is the smart play. It's like you're playing blackjack.
Analytics, yeah.
If you play blackjack with the Broncos, you got to let them bust. You got to let them get to 20, and then that they're going to go over at some point, and then it's all going to come crashing down.
I think we're going to try and start fast and finish even faster. I think that's going to be the key to the game right there.
It's probably a more tried and true method.
Jason, you were everywhere this week.
Yeah.
If you guys in the real world didn't catch it, you got Peyton Manning to be you, and you got to be Peyton Manning.
A little Freaky Friday action. Yeah, I wore a Colts uniform. We traded places in true Freaky Friday action. Yeah, Peyton approached me to do this tush push thing. I'm like, dude, I'm all in, man. Peyton's places. He does a phenomenal job
Fucking
at shedding light on the history of the game, some of the most awesome things around the NFL. It's truly just a joy to even be involved with this in any capacity. So shedding light on the tush push and doing this bit where Peyton got to feel what it feels like to be at the center of that thing on the bottom. Listen, you think the quarterback's getting this tush push? You just take a look at the center next time. It's a lot of pushing of that tush. Anyways, it felt weird in the moment when I was wearing the Colts uniform. It felt even weirder watching it. I don't look right in a Colts uniform. It just feels off.
No, it's because you're fat and you're wearing 18. That's why. If you had that old 62 on,
Just going to say, I don't think I looked fat in this.
you would have turned into Jeff Saturday 2.0.
I didn't know I was so bow-legged. Look at how bow-legged I am.
But that's the thing. You're not.
I'm not
You're slew-footed just like me.
slew-footed.
You got the feet go this way, but it is a little bit of bow at the knees. That's because you got
Isn't
wide
it?
hips, though. That's why.
Is that what it is? It's the wide hips?
Yeah, the wide hips, it just makes it to where it doesn't look like your knees are like clicking.
I'm telling you, the only reason I look fat is because of that flak jacket. I got that flak jacket on, so I
No,
kind
you
of
don't. It's not that you look fat. You look thick.
look like a Jared Lorenzen.
R.I.P., dude.
The hefty lefty, baby.
He was so fucking fun to watch. Fuck, man. Jason, you went to Lambeau.
Sure did.
Peyton's Places on the old Omaha Productions wasn't the only place you saw some football or were a part of some football.
That's right.
Went to Lambeau on Monday Night Football. Took Ed Kelce with you.
Dude, that was a blast.
Passed out some cheese curds at an ice rink.
I got gifted some cheese curds at the ice rink. I was skating around, passing them out. I was spraying snow on people by stopping really fast by the boards and getting ice on them.
Classic Jason.
We actually went out to Lambeau the day before and went and got a tour of Lambeau, Dad and I. Then we went to a supper club, big thing out there in Wisconsin. Went to Schwarz's Supper Club. Fantastic. I had the biggest prime rib. I think it was a joke by the kitchen. Like, there's no way this was an actual. And then, but the waitress kept telling me that's a real legitimate serving. I was like, this is fucking preposterous. Like a dinosaur prime rib. Like, what the fuck is eating this kind of prime rib?
Jason Kelce.
It was, I tried. I couldn't get it.
Wow.
I will show you a picture of this. This thing is probably, I'm not exaggerating. It's probably like a 36-ounce prime rib. Like, it was this thick.
God damn.
It filled up the whole plate. Like it didn't even look like it was cooked. I was like, what the fuck am I eating right now? And it was delicious.
Nice.
Had an ice cream drink. And then, yeah, we skated around, went on GMA. I mean, it was all over the place. I don't know, man. Again, I just love cold weather people, man. We just talked about it with Canada a little bit, and Wisconsin definitely fits that mold as well. Yeah. There's just like I don't know what the fuck, like a camaraderie or communal aspect of people that have to go through that kind of weather. And it was cold this weekend. Yeah. Where you like to drink, you like to gather around, you like to be in company with each other because you're all going through this shit together. I don't know, but it was fun. It was fantastic. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Awesome people.
I was Lambeau as a fan versus playing there.
Well, we did Lambeau last year as a broadcast, and I dressed up as Santa because it was for this Christmas game, and we gave out gifts. The tour of Lambeau was awesome. It was really special. They've done a great job, better than a lot of other organizations. I would say probably even better than like Philadelphia, of like telling the story of the history of the NFL and in particular the Green Bay Packers. There's pictures all over the place. They have an old piece of concrete that like Curly Lambeau and Vince Lombardi and all those guys used to walk across before they went out the field on the actual tunnel that the players go on. They all step across that piece of concrete and put the jersey on like every other Packer has before them. The way it started and the fact that it's the only publicly owned, right? There's not an owner. It's all run by a board of directors. It's a nonprofit. The owners are the fans. And it's a very special place. It's incredible to go see. They've done a great job of showcasing all this history. There's Heisman trophies, Vince Lombardi trophies, pictures, old newspapers. And then the stadium itself is from 1957 and they've added on obviously since then, but the tunnel that I walked out as a player is the same tunnel that Curly Lambeau freaking walked out of. And it's really, really cool to take in all that history and then go and watch a game there. It's an experience that you got to check out.
I'm telling you, football fans, if you have not done it, it is one of the coolest experiences and one of the most sacred experiences the NFL has to offer. And that stadium is worth every bit of going and experiencing, man. That whole town is. And
I got to shout out Diane, our tour guide. Diane was amazing. So much energy. Dad didn't wear his hearing aid, so that was a complete fucking debacle. But the whole thing was outstanding, and she was, I don't know, man, just a great person, and you could tell how big of a fan she was of the Packers and the NFL in general. So, awesome experience. Oh, I got to shout out Cheese Curd Nick. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. At the Stadium View tailgate. He told me to get his curds. He said they were the best curds in Wisconsin. Not gonna lie, they were fucking really good curds. I haven't had enough curds to say they're the best curds, but the best cheese curds I've ever had.
If somebody says I got the best anything, I'm going to try it.
Maybe Lot K, maybe. I can't remember. Anyways, it was a great experience heading over there.
Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, if you're fucking up cheese curds, you're fucking...
You just deep fried cheese.
You don't need to be making cheese.
But they were fresh. They were freshies.
Ooh, had a little stretch to them. All right.
Yeah, had some stretch, had a little squeak.
Sounds delicious.
So yeah, being out in Wisconsin was a blast. Had an ice cream drink. You ever had an ice cream drink?
A milkshake?
That's what I thought. It comes in like a little martini glass and it's got booze in it. Incredible.
So a milkshake with booze.
Kind of. I mean, it's one way to say it.
Dairy and alcohol for me doesn't sit well.
Over the course of the day, this is my day. I go to Lambeau, get a tour. We go to Legend Larry's, which apparently is a wing spot in the Wisconsin area. I eat chicken wings and fried food there. I have about 7 spotted cows because when you're in Wisconsin, you're going to drink a spotted cow or 2. I go straight from there, an hour drive to this freaking supper club after the 4 o'clock games end. And at the supper club, the first thing you do is the whole thing is you sit at one table by the bar and you order your food there. And while you're ordering your food, you're drinking alcohol, mainly old fashions. So I have an old fashioned there. Then we go to the table. I eat a prime rib the size of the entire fucking plate. All right.
Yeah.
And then I top it off with an ice cream drink. When I tell you my stomach had no fucking idea what I was doing, like there's just fried chicken, prime rib, ice cream drinks, beer, old fashioned. I probably took about 4 years off of my life in one day going to freaking Green Bay, Wisconsin and chopping it up with these. I had Jägermeister. A guy said, "Hey, you want to play beer die? We're playing beer die." And he's like, and loser buys. I lost. I was like, "All right, what do you guys want to do? What's a Wisconsin drink?" And they said Jaeger. I said, "I haven't had Jaeger in probably 15 years. Let's do it." My stuff, it was churning all sorts of different ways, but I'm not a bitch, so I handled it fine. But I was like, I don't know what the hell I just did to myself today. And I loved every second of it. Wisconsin. It was fantastic. That wraps up Out of the House.
Thank you to our sponsor, Audible.
For the first time ever, the Harry Potter book series is brought to life as a full cast audio edition with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone available now exclusively on Audible.
Dude, you were in love with Harry Potter when you were a kid.
I still am in love with Harry Potter, Travis.
Nice. Get ready to be transported into the world of Harry Potter in this captivating full cast audio production with hundreds of unique voices and electrifying new musical score. Wow. Real world sound capture and immersive sound design. How about that? Audible's going big.
I know. I'm actually very excited about this as a Harry Potter universe fan. It's all in Dolby Atmos to heighten every magical moment. Harry Potter, it's full cast audio edition, meaning every character has somebody playing the part. It's going to be freaking epic. And it's going to be something that the whole family can listen to and that I know I'm going to enjoy.
It's a new immersive experience for long-time Harry Potter fans and an epic new way to introduce the story to a new generation.
The first audiobook, Sorcerer's Stone, is available now. New installments will be releasing every month. That's right. You're going to get a new Harry Potter book with this full cast edition once a month, consecutive months here and thereafter. You know what I'm saying.
It's Harry Potter like you've never heard it before, exclusively from Audible.
Go to audible.com/HP1 and start listening today. That's audible.com/HP1.
Thank you to our sponsor, American Express.
Hey, the American Express Platinum Card is now better than ever. With updated benefits to help you unlock unforgettable experiences, you can access the largest global airport lounge network and global hotel program with a suite of benefits as compared to other credit card programs.
Nice. Plus, with their dining benefits, over 10,000 U.S. Resi restaurants and exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide. Platinum membership means you can turn the ordinary into extraordinary.
There's nothing like landing a table at one of the hottest restaurants. And when you enroll with the Amex Platinum, you can also get up to $100 back each quarter on eligible Resi purchases at participating Resi restaurants.
Ooh, gotta love a little $100 back. Who doesn't love getting something back when they're trying new things and new spots? Jason Tuck.
Couldn't agree more. And with an array of premium travel, dining, and entertainment benefits, all backed by American Express's award-winning service, Platinum membership brings experiences to a whole new level. It's true what they say. There's nothing like Platinum. I didn't know people said that. It's pretty nice.
Now they do.
It is true.
Yeah. Terms apply, though. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum.
Thank you to our partners, SeatGeek. Right now, SeatGeek is hooking up the 92%ers with an incredible deal, Trev.
Ooh. Whether you're a first timer or you've been using SeatGeek forever, like all the 92%ers, they're giving all our listeners with the code New Heights.
That code works for anything. NFL games or other sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, whatever you're into.
When looking for tickets, their rating system makes it easy to find the best deals. SeatGeek rates on a scale of 1 to 10, so look for those green dots. They mean good. It always means good.
Green is good. Red is bad.
Red is not so good in this case. It can also mean good in other situations.
And also, if you see jerseys, it is also the case.
Sometimes can be really good if you see jerseys. But yeah, green means good. Red means not so good in this case.
And with 35 million downloads, there's a reason they've got the go-to ticket app. Trev, do you have any concerts or anything you're looking forward to going to upcoming?
I mean, other than Kansas City Chiefs games, we got a big game on Thanksgiving, big game on Christmas, hopefully a big game in February. I mean, you can always get a Chiefs ticket on SeatGeek. So save yourself some money on your next live experience. Open the SeatGeek app and add the code New Heights to your account to get 10% off your next order.
Doesn't matter if you've used SeatGeek before. That's code New Heights for 10% off. Terms apply. Let's move on to bold topics.
Yeah, let's get into a little week 10 of the NFL. The Birds went to Lambeau, like we just said, and they snuck out a barn burner. Eagles 10, Packers 7. It was a cold game. It was a cold night.
Good defense.
It was cold that night. On Monday Night Football.
It was football weather is what it was.
Told the entire world about a beautiful story about a veteran and shined some light on it, man. That was Davis, very touching.
Marine.
Yes, sir. And as he got everybody ready for some Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it was an honor to be involved in that piece. I mean, and listen, I was teammates with Tyler Steen for a few years and was not familiar with that story that his grandfather jumped on a grenade in Vietnam to save the lives of 5 other Marines. And it was a special story to be involved with, and it's just crazy. You think about how many people's lives exist today because those men survived. How many, fathers were saved. And at the same time, Rodney Davis left behind a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old daughter and a wife back in the United States.
You're becoming an unbelievable storyteller. Not that you already weren't, but I thought it was very buttoned up and you fucking killed it. And obviously, shout out to all the veterans, man.
Hell yeah.
Back to some football. Should we just fast forward to like a minute and 35 left or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think, listen, the Eagles had their first drive really good. They're getting down inside the 15, basically, and great strip by Edgerrin Cooper, great linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. And both teams played unbelievable defense in this game. And the Eagles, they got behind the sticks a lot with false starts, penalties, holding calls that kind of stalled out some drives. Got it going a little bit in the second half, and it really came down to the end of the game because both defenses stymied each other's offenses all game long. And it all came down to a 4-minute drill for the Eagles, trying to ice out the game. They're winning 10-7. And this is the big decision that everybody wants to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Eagles elect to go for it on 4th down. It's 4th and 7, I think.
4th and 6.
And they're on the 36, 35-ish yard line. And at this moment, before they come out on the field, I'm like, okay, are they going to kick a field goal or are they going to punt? Even when they put the offense out there, and I thought punt because I'm like, you don't want to give too good a field position here to Green Bay. Your defense has been playing well. It's cold. This is usually within Jake's range, but it's windy. It's cold. Let's just give our defense good field position and take this game out that way. But the Eagles put their offense out the field. I'm like, okay, they're probably going to just take a delay a game so that it's an easier distance for the punter to kind of put it up in the air and let it come down inside the 20.
Yeah.
And then they snap the ball. And I'm like, oh, shit, they're actually running a play.
Yeah.
And they try to hit A.J. Brown on a sluggo. Doesn't work out. Still don't really fully understand it, to be honest with you. I mean, I think the Eagles in general are one of the most aggressive teams, right? And Nick has been this way his whole career. And it's allowed us to win a lot of football games. I know it was cold. Typically punting, though, I wouldn't think that like that affects that. I mean, I know it affects the punter a lot, but you're not going for distance. You're just trying to kick this thing up there and get a little bit of field position.
Mm-hmm.
4th and 6, not a high percentage throw. They must have felt really good about it to make that call. But outside of that, thankfully the defense showed up and got a stop when they needed it. You know what I mean? They held them to have to try and attempt a 63-yard field goal on the other end. And they got out of Lambeau with a big victory against a really good defense. I came away from the game like, dude, even rewatching it, Green Bay's linebackers and their safeties and how they came down into the box, they played really well. I really think Jeff Hafley has done a tremendous job with that whole unit. They have players across the board, and they came to play, especially a bounce-back game for them for giving up the rushing yards they did to Carolina. They were fired up to play, and they played hard. They played physical all game long, and it was an old-school type of NFL game.
It really was. That's what it kind of reminded me of watching that thing. Because it felt like you're in historic Lambeau on the biggest night in football, Monday night, and it's like you're just sitting there watching, two legendary organizations go at it for the 100th time. And it's just, it felt like that old school style of football, cold weather game. Guys are, plays are being made on the defensive side for the majority of the game. Finally, the offense gets going for a little bit in the fourth quarter. And it's like, oh, all right, now you got everybody on the edge of their seat and shit's going on 4th down. Everybody's going for it on 4th down. The Eagles had one where they're literally calling out the 4th down call on defense.
Jomo.
Yeah, they're calling the play out before they stuff it. And you're just sitting there. You're like, man, this is old school football. And that Eagles defense had some help from their new star. Jalen Phillips, man, forced fumble recovery, 8 pressures, 7 hurries, and 6 stops altogether.
When he got traded here, one of his first sound bites was that's like the greatest thing that's ever happened in his life. And I mean,
Jesus,
I know the aggressive statement, but for the Eagles, this might be the greatest thing that's happened this season so far is getting Jalen Phillips. What an amazing maiden voyage for the veteran defensive end, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call him, edge defender. He made his presence felt early and often. He was phenomenal all game long. We knew he was a great player. He picked up right away and came up huge for the Eagles. The Eagles are going to get tested. I mean, listen, they won in Green Bay. Big game, and they got a big one coming up next week. Yep. Lions, Sunday Night Football. Their offense is functioning very well right now. I think they scored on every possession this past week against Washington. So they're going to have to come to play on offense this week if they want to win this one.
Then that'll be a little Sunday night football action, playing back-to-back night games, prime time, baby, with a new play caller over there in Detroit.
Dan Campbell. Dude, the readers. I love that sideline pick.
He's so good, man. Dude.
The 4:00 games, it was like what? It was Lions, Rams, and who was the other one? Where it was just these aren't even going to be close.
Every single one of them was just
and you knew it coming into it. It was like all of these are going to be fucking
none of them. The Rams and
the Rams 49ers was the one where it's like the 49ers defense has been good.
All right, let's talk some other stuff that's going on around the league. Giants fired coach Brian Daboll.
Yep. Daboll is gone, making former Eagles quarterback and Chiefs coach and Jason Kelce's friend Mike Kafka the interim head coach.
Coach Calf.
Coach Kafka was Mike Kafka, quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles when I first got into the NFL.
And he was my QB coach when I first got into the NFL.
That's right. Went over to Kansas City quickly and ended up having a tremendous career there as offensive coordinator. He's got some hardware from his time in KC, won 1 Super Bowl there, and he's been in New York the last few years since Brian Daboll got there. Now the interim head coach can't wait to see what Kafke's can do up there. Listen, this is how it works. Dable was there for 4 years. They've changed over the roster completely, and the team just hasn't gotten better, right? They show flashes. Like, it felt like 4 weeks ago, it felt like things were starting to turn a corner when they started getting Jackson Dart out there, Cam Scadaboo. It felt like, okay, this team's starting to have some confidence and find themselves. But yeah, the graphics are all out there. They've blown a number of big double-digit leads that good teams just don't do, and really disciplined teams don't do. And, it's not all Brian Dable's fault. It never is. But when you're the head coach, you're the one ultimately responsible. Somehow the general manager's abstaining from responsibility over this whole thing to date. Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, they move on from him a couple seasons ago. They move on from Saquon Barkley, famously last season.
Daniel Jones.
They move on from Daniel Jones. And all three of these guys have had success at their next stops. So, the common denominator is like, hey, we've had players apparently that are good in this building that haven't played at a high level. So ultimately there's going to be change coming whenever that happens for sure.
Yeah. And it's a tough situation for our guy Kafka to come into, but he is one of the best football knowledge and offensive gurus, man. I like when he was in Kansas City, man. Just hearing him talk ball and hearing him talk about how the offense needs to get going. I always was just blown away by it, and no better stamp of approval than his absurd stat line in college playing for Northwestern in the old 2010 Outback Bowl. The guy threw for 532 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Are you serious?
He was 47 for 78. In the air.
Oh my gosh.
Man threw fucking
78?
Yeah. And
did he throw his arm out? How do you throw a ball 78 times?
Good luck to Kafka and the New York Football Giants, man.
Yeah, good luck to Kafka. I will not say good luck, Giants. All right. Keeping it on coaches, Mike McDaniels. Little drive-by troll action. Let's take a look at this photo. After the Dolphins upset the Bills, Mike McDaniels might have been spotted driving by a Bills bar in South Beach. Can we get a more zoomed-in version of this photo? I mean, that's Mike McDaniels, right?
1,000%.
Is he trolling, or is this just on the way to his house? What do you think?
It might just be on the way to the house. I could see Coach McDaniels living down in Miami Beach. He's definitely trolling. He's dry. He's slow turning it. Got the arm out the window, staring right into the bar.
I mean, listen, this was a big one for Coach McDaniel.
Yeah, it seemed like there's some people in the hot seat over there right now.
All righty, before we hand out some stamps of the week, let's talk to our partner, DraftKings. That's right. Interns, please come on in. Let's take a look at Week 11 matchups and build a same-game parlay for the people.
Let's go. Week 11 is actually kind of stacked, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
I'm very excited about this weekend. There's a lot of great games. I think the game Jake and I are most intrigued by is in the early slates. Okay. We are looking at Bucks at Bills. Both teams coming off a loss. Yeah. This is a big one. Jake, first pick.
Got to start with the spread of the game. Just keep it simple. I, as the resident AFC East fan, cannot be rooting for the Buffalo Bills. But I do think this is going to be a close game, and the Bucks are getting 5.5 points. So I'm going to take the Bucks plus the points in terms of the game spread.
Nice. Always like when we take the Bucks.
I like that. I think Baker always plays a tight game. Never count the man out, no matter what the score is. All right. My pick for the same game parlay, I'm going to go with a James Cook anytime touchdown. I feel like James Cook is the engine that drives that Bills offense, and I think they're going to get him going. I think that is the key to the game, is to get James Cook going. I think they're going to feed him.
All right.
Both coming off hard losses. I got to back friend of the show, Baker Mayfield. I'm taking Baker Mayfield over 2 touchdown passes. So
I always like taking Baker on any of this stuff. So yeah, love it.
Bucky Irving's been kind of like shaken up, a little bit hurt too. So I think they're going to have to throw the ball.
They're going to be passing the rock.
So I'm taking Baker over 2 touchdowns. Shout out friend of the show, Baker Mayfield.
Are they getting any help from the injured players coming back? The Bucks? Do you know?
We've been looking right now. It doesn't look like Bucky Irving's going to be available. I think some of the wide receivers are questionable, but I think regardless, they're going to be airing that thing out.
Mike Evans has been, he's obviously dealing with the injury, but Baker told us about Emeka Egbuka in the summer, and he's absolutely killing it. So I'm ready to ride with the Bucs.
Yes, he is. He is killing it. He's a good player. Baker was right on the money with that one.
You can check out all the odds for Week 11 and more over on DraftKings Sportsbook.
Now that everyone knows about some of the awesome bets that are available on DraftKings, you're ready for the game.
That's right, and it gets better. How about that? All new DraftKings customers who bet $5 get $300 in bonus bets if the bet wins. Get in on the action now with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Let's hand out some stamps of the week. How about that? Let's keep it moving to Stamp of the Week. Trav, take it away.
All right, now moving on to Stamp of the Week.
Who you going with?
Dan Campbell. With those glasses on, man, I might give my Stamp of the Week to those readers.
All right. I like it. Somehow still looks incredibly intimidating with glasses.
I'm not fucking around with that. Look at those. It's the traps coming out of the T-shirt that tells me I don't need to bark up that tree.
It's the red skin that just tells you that, like, his blood is just pulsing to, like, areas.
Waiting.
He's just waiting to explode with rage. Thick six. Let's take a look at this thick six, Brandon.
I've seen this thick six.
Is it good?
It's good shit. Anytime you see a fat boy running with the ball, it's good shit.
All right, let's see it.
Kind of think they could have blew it dead, but
oh, big boy. Oh yeah. No, that forward progression is not stopped.
They can't bring him down.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Oh! Dude, he landed hard.
He hit the ground hard.
Let me tell you, big boy is tired after that one. I'll tell you that. He just fought off even his own teammates. Like, how many people is he pushing and freaking, he just wrestled an entire high school football team. I'm definitely giving it to him. I don't even need to see the rest of these. Matt Stafford was tremendous. I gave him the Hemi on Monday Night Football. DeMarcus Lawrence had a couple scores for touchdowns. Jets offensive line celebrates offense. All right, I'm intrigued. Let me take a look at this. Just styling on him.
Oh, no.
Like, look at him.
Fuck.
That's pretty funny. It's really petty and like super unsportsmanlike, but it's funny as shit.
the boys on the 2-game win streak, bro. Fuck it.
There is something different about like making a play you make a play, you get the dance, but getting somebody else the fuck up and then dancing on them feels a bit aggressive.
It feels like taunting to me, but
right? I love it though. I'm kind of, as we've said, we are in favor of taunting as a podcast.
I'm fucking
we are pro taunting. And it was also just good rhythm. He's a good dancer. I want to go to the club with him. Yeah, I'm going to go with the thick six. Shout out to Akeem Davis for an incredible defensive touchdown. Truly remarkable effort. I don't know if it's going to get better than that.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets better than that either. I'm always down to give a friend of the show some love, man. Matty Stafford went out there, went fucking nuts, has the most starts by QB before reaching.
It's a weird stat. He has
It's actually kind of a bun stat. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bun stat. It's very weird.
It's the most starts to get to 500. Of quarterbacks with that many starts.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Above a certain amount, they are almost all over 500. He just got over 500 as a career.
Well, as one Buns stats and Buns records holder, to another. Many Buns stats. Matty Stafford gets my stamp of the week. After 231 starts, Matt Stafford is finally above 500. He has the most starts by a quarterback before reaching 500 since starts were first tracked in 1950. He is now 115 and 115-1 overall record. So,
it just tells you how bad they were in Detroit. Like, they had some bad teams in Detroit.
Fucking guy's a Super Bowl champ, baby. You can't tell them no different. Well, that does it for Stamp of the Week. Let's close this episode out with Miles Teller.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Thank you to our partner, Boar's Head.
Ooh, a little meat. The NFL season is in full swing, and you know what that means. Time to eat meat.
Yeah. Millions of fans are turning their homes into game day headquarters every weekend.
Gosh, and whether you're hosting a watch party at home or tailgating before a big game, you got to feed the crowd.
You got to feed the crowd. That's where Boar's Head comes in the clutch.
Yes.
Their platters are literally a game changer. We're talking premium meats, cheeses, dips, and more. What's your go-to deli platter, Jason?
I mean, any of them. Dude, anything that combines crackers, meat, cheese, and mustard. It doesn't matter what kind it is. You got pepper jack, you got provolone, you got cheddar, you got beer cheese, you got salami, you got kielbasa.
There you go.
Don't be all artsy with me. Ritz crackers. Maybe you can do some of those like whole grain, thick boys that are round. Those are kind of nice too. If you want to be kind of different, you go with like a wheat thin. If you really want to elevate your game day spread and score big with your entire home gating, that's tailgating at home. Visit your local Boar's Head Deli. They'll hook you up with a ready-made platter.
Ooh.
Or you can build on your own.
There you go. Either way, you're upgrading your game day with some serious flavor. Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905. How about it?
It's just a great name, too.
Over 100. Yeah, you know what you're getting.
Boar's Head.
Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
You know what's smart?
What?
Checking Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds on car insurance.
You know what's not smart? Not checking the fridge for things that go rotten before heading out of town for 2-week vacation.
Yeah, nothing says welcome home like the smell of fresh spoiled milk coming from the kitchen.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. Our guest today is 6'1" actor from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. You might know him from his being on the Eagles sideline or dancing at Grateful Dead concerts. He just hosted SNL for the second time. You've seen him in big screen roles in Whiplash, War Drugs, Top Gun Maverick, and as the co-star of the upcoming film Eternity. 92%ers, please welcome Miles Teller.
Let's go!
Yeah, baby.
Dude, SNL fucking rocked it. Absolutely fucking rocked it. Eternity absolutely rocked it. You're on fire as always, brother. Appreciate you coming on here, having some fun with this, man. How we living, dog?
Yeah, appreciate it. I was looking forward to that intro. That's like, because we don't, as actors, we don't really get much, SNL you mentioned, if I'm doing a talk show, but that's why I'm so jealous of musicians and athletes, because you guys just get that live energy and you feed off it. But after that speech, I'm ready to run through a friggin' brick wall.
When you got the great credentials, like dancing at Grateful Dead concerts, Jason just fucking hits those things, man. You just fucking get your chills going, baby. Have you always been a Deadhead?
For me, I guess I really got into them in college. I've always been into, classic rock and, Clapton, and I know you guys are big Stevie Ray Vaughan guys. Bob Seger, like that kind of stuff. And then when I was in college, I had a buddy be like, yo, we should go to this music festival. It's called Gathering. Once I was around, what I refer to now as like my people. I just didn't know it at the time. But once I got around that tie-dye and just the love and energy that they get from the band and that they give to everybody else. Yeah, dude, I love it. I'm in tie-dye like probably way too much for a 30-some-year-old adult.
I'm with you, dude.
But those shirts are clean, though. I know you like my shirts, Trav, when I'm wearing them down in wherever we're at in the summer and stuff. I have some nice vintage.
Dude, you already know. Take me back, man. Take me back. I'm vintage with you, dog.
Yeah.
That shit's classic.
Well, let's talk about Eternity. Well, actually, first, you talk about like intros. Whenever I'm on the field and the team's about to come out, I feel like I get like PTSD. Like I get like flashbacks of like playing and like goosebumps. Like I got to see Trav come out. I got to see the Eagles this past week. Everybody's booing. There's lights everywhere. It's like that moment right before the national anthem. It's like, dude, it still is like a visceral thing. So I'm right there with you on the intros, man. That is one of the things I miss greatly.
You're not that far removed, man. And I don't know if you've ever seen when they show video of like Chuck Liddell watching a UFC fight. I mean, he's like
Yes.
very much still in like when he sees a dude like knocked out. I mean,
Yes.
you can see it in his eyes. Like he's very still in that world. The best. Oh my God.
Eternity. I never know how to like sum this up. So, okay. Larry, your character, Larry, is married to a woman named Joan. And the whole movie essentially takes place in the afterlife, and you have to choose your eternity. That's the name of the film. And I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to give away, what I'm not allowed to give away. Do you want to?
I'm going to try not to give nothing away. Also, it's not a Marvel film. It's not Top Gun. I don't think I'm going to have a red dot on me if this thing goes a little sideways.
Sure.
But, yes. The movie's called Eternity. My character and Lizzie Olsen's character, we've been married for 60-something years. And the movie more or less takes place in the afterlife. The rules kind of are that you get to choose your eternity. And we have some fun with it. There's like Smoker's World because cancer can't kill you twice. There's like infancy.
Studio 54.
Yeah, Studio 54. 1930s Germany without Nazis, nudist world where it's always like the perfect temp for you. Yeah, you get to choose your eternity, but you only choose once, and you can choose to be with whoever you want. And so I'm kind of, ready to choose my eternity with my wife. And then turns out that her first husband, who's been waiting 67 years because he passed away in the Korean War, he wants to have his eternity with her too. So it turns into this fun, romantic comedy, kind of with a bit of this love triangle thing.
Dude, it was fantastic. Yeah, man. The trying to win over Joan and the entire who's going to be able to spend the rest of their life with them is just fantastic. It's funny. It is incredibly emotional. Like as somebody who's married,
it's a roller coaster of emotion, man. It's so fun, man. You guys get really deep. The how much fun you guys are having in the comedy aspect with the ACs, the afterlife coordinators, dude. That shit is fucking. You guys hit it on the head, man. I absolutely love this film, man.
Thank you. And also, I think it's like when I was a kid, because this movie's coming out, at Thanksgiving. You think of like those family movies that you would go to. There's kind of just old school throwback, kind of just make you feel good. And this movie, even though I do think it's like it was one of the funniest scripts I've ever read. I just found it really sincere and moving, so I appreciate putting things out there that are, sincere, not just original and fresh, but, a movie that's not just there to take the piss. I think it makes you really think about your own life and,
hell yeah.
If you're in a relationship or, if you've lost somebody, it's just there's a lot of like tears, I think, in this movie too. It's just, I don't know. I love it. I'm glad you guys dug it.
Dude, you pick great films. Better than like anybody I know, man. I like, and this one in particular, like I can imagine like you're reading the script and it's just, it tugs at all the right heartstrings. It hits all these different themes. The character like arcs throughout the film. The way it touches on like a long relationship versus one that you had that ended. I don't know, man. It's fantastic. It really is. One of my favorite lines from the movie, Joan says to both you and her former husband, maybe the beautiful thing in life is that things end. And I just think it's a great line. And I know it wasn't like at a pivotal moment of the movie or whatnot, but it really struck me. And I want to ask you, like, would you want to live in one of these eternities? Like, I'm like watching the whole film. I'm like, dude, I feel like if I was living in one of these eternities, like eventually I wouldn't want to live in that eternity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a tough, just like for eternity. That's tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking because Kelly, she's very, she grew up very religious, Catholic, and, this, 100%, she believes in, eternity and, living forever and your soul goes on, and really we're on life in this physical form to kind of learn lessons. But, I don't know. I was chatting with her about it. I was like, yeah, no, for sure. That's great. That's great. I was like, but what if you just want to shut it off? At a certain point, like, what if you just want to stop having consciousness? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, maybe I just want to, turn it off. But I think it's, I don't know. I was thinking about my perfect eternity. And I was saying mine would probably be like cul-de-sac world, where it's really just kind of like a middle America suburb. And I got like, family members that I never met or family members I did get to know pass away, and some buddies of mine that passed away way too young. And hopefully all my dogs, actual dogs,
Nice.
animals,
I was gonna say, yeah.
out there, but just so we can all just chill in this little neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think that's grand gesture. It's just kind of an extension of life, and those relationships that I do think life, the most important aspect of it is really relationships, and those relationships that you kind of nurture, and
I'm with you.
that's what you're thinking about on your deathbed. I imagine it's not career stuff, any of that crap. I think you're just thinking about people.
It's kind of funny you mentioned the Thanksgiving feel of being around family, and how this film coming out around Thanksgiving kind of made you feel about that. I guess unknowingly, I feel like I genuinely enjoyed it even more because I kind of put myself in the shoes of like, these are like my parents. These are my parents going back in time, looking at their best, feeling at their best.
Yeah.
I kind of put myself in those shoes and enjoyed the movie from that aspect. Like the people in our like age demographic, we're like looking at our parents in a movie about them and how sweet and how crazy their past has been, and how it can even like meet up in the afterlife. It was crazy.
The creativity of what Afterlife was fantastic, and it was a new look, and it's something that I don't know. I don't think about it too often. I have my own thoughts on Afterlife, but it was something fun to think about, and like what's really important, and what do you value, and what do you really want to carry with you through life. So fantastic film. Well done again.
Yes, sir.
I mean, kudos. And I've asked you this before. Maybe we can ask this on podcast. How do you pick films? As a blockbuster actor, what is your process? How do you, because I'd imagine the inbox is like,
I mean, it's
got to be bigger than my email of just like scripts and people that are reaching out. Like, how do you sort through that onslaught of opportunities and really get to the ones that ring true to you?
It always starts with the script, although I will say, if you are lucky enough to always work with a great director, then that's going to give you a pretty good shot. I 100% believe, it is a director's medium. And when you're on set, there's a lot of people doing similar jobs, but there's only one director on any given set. It just shows you how rare that talent is. But I think, I don't know, for me, first couple of years of my career, I think I had a pretty good idea of, I wanted to, show some range, and I knew I wanted to do my like college buddy comedies, but then I also knew I wanted to do something a little more intense drama wise. I think for me, if there's anything that's really kind of steering my decisions, it's probably just that I don't want to be repetitive. I've been doing it professionally now, I guess, for like 16 years. I started at 22, and now my audience, those people that saw me at that age, like now they're older as well with me. And so I just don't want to play down to them. I try and find things that I'm interested in. I just think I think I do have a wide range of interests.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I, am into, and I try and pick things that I do think are of quality. Whether or not the movie turns out like that.
Awesome.
I don't know. Everybody's in it for different reasons, but for the most part, I enjoy projects that kind of push me a little bit. I think that's important.
You've been doing this shit for a while, man, but it's so fun to see you keep taking these new challenges. And this A24 film is out. Eternity comes out November 26th. Make sure you check it out. You're gonna fucking love it. I guarantee it. But why don't we talk a little bit of your football love? Let's talk a little Birds.
Let's go.
Now's the time. We need to know Miles' thoughts on the 2025 Birds. What do you think?
It's hard to argue with the record at this point. Lost a lot of guys. On defense, that line, it gets a little banged up. But I would say what I'm, I guess, most appreciative of, and it's kind of weird as an Eagle fan, but I just expect them to close teams out.
I know.
I really do. I think Jalen, that kind of just, cool hand Luke back there, his demeanor, I think in the beginning of his career was maybe frustrating for Eagles fans, because we're a real passionate fan base and we want that quarterback. Maybe, when you're winning, it's all good. You're like, all right, cool. Dude's unflappable. But then when you're losing, you're like, show some damn emotion, dude. But it's, Eagles have been, I think even under Andy Reid, he averaged like 10 wins a season, in all those McNabb years. Like there's been a couple of down years, but for the most part, I'm just really appreciative that ownership and those players and those coaches put a winning product on the field.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Almost year in and year out. And that's very rare. I mean, Trav, what you boys are giving to those Chiefs fans, that franchise just took off on a rocket with you boys. And now it's like, that's the standard. And I feel like as a, NFC guy, I feel like Eagles are that standard now. So it's just awesome to watch. I appreciate all the effort. I know. Can only imagine how much goes into it. Fans will never really know. So I'm just happy to be a part of the ride.
And to be honest, man, that's the one thing you see from the rest of the league is that from the top down, they are ran like a true like a top tier organization. When you go there as a fan, as a family member, I'm over here wearing the gang green when Jason's playing, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, this is a well-oiled machine. The family rooms, how they treat the players, how the players get embedded into that, ingrained into that city. From the top down, man, without a doubt, man, Philly's organization's top tier.
And you just touched on the ownership. Jeffrey Lurie just got put in the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. I think he's in there for contention to be in the NFL Hall of Fame one day as an owner. Certainly, the success that they've had since he's taken over has been incredible. And I'm just lucky to have gone to an organization like that. And, you mentioned Andy Reid. And, how many owners have been to, I guess, his fourth Super Bowl now with 3 different head coaches? Like that's to retool and to be able to hit it again is pretty remarkable when you think about the career achievements that he's had in Philadelphia. And I just saw a stat. I think Nick has more wins decade of Giants football. And you think about the turnover that New York has had. They just fired Brian Daboll, and I think they had 54 wins in the last 10 years, and Nick just surpassed him this past week. It's like, we've been pretty spoiled, no doubt about it.
Until you win that first one, right? It's like, oh, Philly, they're never get over the hump. And now all of a sudden, you were back in another one, and then, you win one and this and that. And it's like, can't even hear you down there, Giants fans. We're not even focused on you, dude.
Dude, I gotta ask. So I know we're talking Birds right now. Knowing you're a huge Phillies fan, you follow every fucking game, you watch every Birds game. You got to be Philly through and through. Do you watch the Broad Street Bullies every game?
Yeah, when I just don't watch hockey as much anymore, but when I was in South Jersey, those early 90s years, like the Legion of Doom with LeClaire, Recchi, Lindros, Joel Otto, Gar Snow, Ron Hextall, like those were some badass teams. And I used to love it. But yeah, I don't really watch hockey as much. In Tahoe, I've gotten to know a bunch of those boys, especially Oshie when we're playing those baseball games.
I'm going to be so mad if I can't be yelling Schwarbombs this year.
Schwarbomb! Freaking do a lap.
Oh, gosh.
So funny, dude.
For those of you that don't know the context, man, every year we play beer drinking games in the back of the casino with the core group of guys, and the hockey guys are in there. We're always in there. And man, I'll tell you what, Miles is one of the fucking all-stars of that goddamn back room, dude. It's like the guy just goes unconscious, man.
I feel like I'm like kind of coaching too. I'm like setting lineup. I'm like setting the defense.
His managing the whole thing.
Watch this sneaky little dude. He's got something going on right now, and yeah, it's so fun. It's fun.
Look at this guy. He's going to break
Yeah,
out the
baby. Yeah. Ocean's Table MVP.
Shout out to
OC.
We had like that full like Stanley Cup championship trophy, and I looked at a photo of me. I'm just like covered in booze. I was like, oh yeah, 'cause I drank out of the thing, and I just spilled all over me.
Tahoe, man, fucking electric. Where are we at here, man?
Trav, do you like playing on like Thanksgiving? Is that as a football dude like?
This is my first time playing on it, man. I've always like dreamed about playing on it because obviously it started out playing in the backyard and just screwing around. Always had the turkey bowl around where we were with the friends and families. And I've always football and Thanksgiving, like that's like those two go together like fucking peanut butter and jelly, man. So I'm excited to play. We're in Dallas. So I'll hold it down for try and hold it down for the Birds fans out there.
You will.
Yeah, baby.
And get after the Cowboys, man. But yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited to do it, and hopefully I'm eating turkey on the field afterwards.
But what you guys played on Christmas? Was that the
played
game
on Christmas last year? Yeah.
Yep.
That was a fun one too. I'm not gonna lie. It was a day game, so we were in and out of Pittsburgh, and we even played this year on Christmas. It's a night game against, I believe, the Broncos, who we got this week. So
okay,
it'll be a fun one, man. I enjoy all the holiday games. I know it kind of takes you away from the family, but at the same time, man, you get something for the family and friends to watch, and you're always getting texts when everybody's around the family. Sometimes I'll get the picture of what the living room looks like sitting around watching, the Chiefs play. So it's awesome, man. I love every bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's evident, just watching you play too. I mean, both you guys, you could just see the pure joy. I would have loved to seen some of them backyard football games with you boys all.
Oh my gosh.
I bet it was a lot of moxie. A lot of moxie.
I would always make Travis be the ball carrier just so I could try and obliterate him. We play this game in the backyard where he'd be on one end and I was on the other, and he had to try and get past me.
I wasn't big enough to take him down, so I was like, all right, I just got to be the crash dummy here. And Jason fucking let out some of this anger since he was a 10-year-old with anger management problems.
We got to mention this. We were just talking about Tahoe. Are you aware of the bet that we have this year for Tahoe? You've seen us both play. I have a bet with Travis. If I don't finish in the positive,
Miles is going to be on my side 100%.
Of course, will you just let me finish? Will you just let me finish?
Oh, my bad.
If I finish in the positive this year, Travis has to dress as a Blue Man Group member on the podcast. If I finish in the negative again, I have to dress as a Blue Man Group. Who do you think is going to take this one?
I mean, I never play my best golf there. I've broken 80 like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times in my life. I can play good golf. I've never finished in the positive there.
Dude,
like I've hovered at the end of 18. I've never even finished just around.
Yeah.
The single digits.
I don't even think Vegas would put that bet on the board. You gotta, dude, have it as, I would bring that bar down just a little. I would say like even if you just finish a round in the positive, that's a damn good round. You're probably shooting like 84 tournament golf.
Trav, are you open to redoing this bet in just one round in the positive?
Honestly, I still feel confident about that, dude.
Dude, Osha's table. Oh, hey. What's
hi.
up, girlie? Where'd you
Ellie.
come from? You saying hi? Oh, there we go. Nice.
Bye, Uncle Travis.
Nice. Thank you, sweetie.
Jay, is it a lot, I guess, since being retired, and obviously I know you're still very, very busy, very active, but kind of getting to be home, I imagine a little more present during kind of the holiday season. That's got to be pretty sweet, man. It's
awesome. Yeah. And I think you just mentioned Thanksgiving. We're already gearing up with plans for that. And, Christmas isn't too far around the corner. I don't know. I'm around more, but it's more chaotic. When you play football, it's like very militaristic with the schedule. So when you're busy,
structured.
When you're not.
Yeah.
Whereas now I feel like I'm kind of like all over. And in some ways it feels like, even when I'm home, I'm getting pulled in other directions, which kind of takes it away a little bit. But yeah, I mean, dropping the girls off at school, being able to do that, pick them up. Yeah, for sure. I think that being around the family is where it's at. And I miss being around my football family. I'm not going to lie. Like I miss being around those guys, but being able to be around the kids, be around college.
Sure. Yeah.
the
And I
positive.
think he was getting to that because you're not playing a lot of golf, Jason. You're
No, I am.
not
I
getting
am.
better at that game.
Dude, I played golf once a week this year, basically. I'm getting
Once a
better.
week?
That's a lot, right? Is that
No
not a lot?
chance. No way.
I got to go more?
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
I'm investing in a simulator.
To be
I'm
in the
doing it.
positives.
I just got to get away from my negative shots.
I know those doubles can just gang up on you.
Dude, they can stack. Especially after a long night in the back of the casino.
That's right, Osh's table.
Playing baseball. He left all his good shots at Osh's games, dude.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's at altitude. You know what I mean? A lot of the time we are, after the round, we're
We're all
hanging
drinking.
out.
We're all hammering long drinks.
Appreciate that.
baby.
Appreciate that. We're
Yeah, baby.
hammering some of them, the skinny finnies. Yeah. And then you're up at sometimes your tee times are like real early in the morning. It's like, yeah, obviously I'm not playing my best golf. I just went to bed 2 hours ago.
That's the best, dude. I fucking love Tahoe for that, though, man.
We got a last segment right here. We're going to get to it. We got to ask. All right, we're just going to rapid fire, ask some questions that we've always wanted to ask, and we'll get you out of here. Sound good, Miles?
Yeah, all good, dude.
Do Philly sports fans deserve the reputation we get?
Yes and no. There's a misconception there, but what I think people get confused about is that Philly sports fans are informed. When they're booing about something, a lot of the time it's not a physical thing. It's just maybe a mental error. We're passionate, but they also, that's their life. You meet a random chick at the bar, she can tell you 5 relief pitchers. Like, it's just a part of the culture. It's just what it is. So yes and no, but yes and no, and also who gives a shit?
Do you know anybody that has ever spent time at the jail at the vet?
Yes.
Very good.
Just a quick answer. I love it.
Yeah.
You're in the new Michael Jackson biopic.
Yeah, it's funny. I think people, because when I first got cast, I said, like, Miles Teller to star in Michael Jackson movie, and I think people literally thought I was playing him at some point. I was like, oh my God. No, dude.
I mean, you got the moves. That's why. Because you got the moves, dude. They were like, dude, if somebody could moonwalk in this bitch like Michael,
I can
it's
see
Miles.
it.
I tell you what, his nephew who's playing him, there will never be anybody who will portray someone in a biopic that has, I mean, he's got a ton of that DNA already in him without even being a performer necessarily, but he trained for years, 2-3 years before we ever even rolled camera, and this kid is going to light that screen on fire. It's
hell yeah.
Michael Jackson's greatest performers of all time. And to even be able to get close to mimicking him is really, it's almost impossible, but I think Jafar does it.
Awesome. You and Travis both starred in sequels to iconic movies.
Starred?
Yeah, that's right. Travis, just take it. All right. Is there more pressure working with Tom Cruise or Adam Sandler? What do you think?
Like starred? Stop it.
Absolutely, brother. Almost the same amount of time in between each sequel too. The Sandman's great.
Dude, Sandman is the greatest, dude.
Oh man.
But Tom is awesome too, man. I had the pleasure of meeting him on Tay's tour, man, and he's fucking awesome. It seems like he's a lot like he does all of his stunts, obviously, and he seems like he's very like, I don't know, like locked the fuck in. Not that Sandler isn't, but when I was on Happy Madison set, like it was a huge family. Like everybody that worked on the first movie 30 years ago is working on it now. Like it was. I would assume that Adam Sandler does it a little bit different. But how was it with Tom?
Yeah, man. I tell you what. Like I had led a decent amount of films before Top Gun, but after working with Tom, I approached being one on a call sheet just a lot differently. You kind of, not only are you focused on your stuff and making sure you're leading from the front, but you also just become highly invested in the integrity of the entire production. I mean, Tom really, in a lot of ways, he's got a lot of Southern gentleman roots, and that he learned from his mom. And so he knows everybody's name. He treats everybody with respect and kindness. but also like what you're saying is that especially usually on a Tom Cruise film, there's aspects of the filmmaking that are very physical, very technical, and everybody needs to be on their shit or something bad could happen.
Right.
So that attention to detail, he does not mess around with that. And honestly, I don't think I've ever met anybody who loves films, loves making films more than Tom. He's such a champion for it. And I learned so much from that guy. If he was on your football team, I mean, he's wearing that C and he rises. Everybody rises just with his ability.
Yeah. What are the chances we see Rooster again sometime?
I hope very high. Yeah, that was like such a highlight of, yeah, dude. It just, that movie came out like right before we did Tahoe, and just seeing all that red, white, and blue out there, and dudes showing me their Top Gun tattoos and juicing me up. It was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Was it easier hosting SNL the first time or the second time around?
Oh, the second time by like, it's not even quantifiable, dude. It was the first time, as you know, Trav, I mean, that week, everything is happening in such fast forward. You have nothing to relate it to. Even if you've talked to somebody who's hosted before, they can't even really give you all that much advice. You got to experience it for yourself. And I thought when I hosted it the first time, I kept waiting for Lauren to bring me aside and be like, hey, kid, like, you got to pick this up. Because I never felt prepared. And then,
at all.
No. And then it goes by like that. But the second time I felt a lot more relaxed. I was like, hey, can those writers, can they come to the room? And I'd be like, hey, maybe we switch this line, or something. And the first time I was freaking out, dude.
Dude, you already know I was on ice. That's just the best. I actually, I was lucky. I had Peyton Manning shot me a text and was like, listen, I know where you're at right now. It was like the Monday before I even stepped foot in New York. And he's just like, I know where you're at right now. Just buckle up for the ride. Be there. When you're there, give it all your attention, all your effort. And I was like, that was the best advice he could give me, because there's nothing you could tell somebody that will get them ready for that. And I see the second time around, you were talking to the writers and everything. You have the credentials to do that. I don't have any fucking. I would still go in there, not say anything. I made one comment to change the script just a little bit. I was like, what if I said this? And they were like, yeah, that would probably work too. And I was just like, all right. Noted. Don't ever bring that up again. Perfect. This shit was hilarious.
But with that being said, they are like the absolute best at what they do. Because I remember this last time, me and Marcelo had this sketch at the end. We play like Italian waiters, and I'm about to go on in like a minute, and the writers come in, and they're like, yo, we just found out we got to cut 1.5 minutes from this sketch. And so they're like, all right, we're going to cut this. I said, yeah, but I need to get from this side of the table to the other, but you just cut that. She's like, fine. She's like, cool. I'll tell Marcelo to grab you on this line. And I love the high wire act now that I'm comfortable in it. But the first time I just felt like I'm going to be that first host that looks like a deer in headlights in front of, however many millions of people, dude.
Kobe Bryant said in an interview he was a big fan of Whiplash. Was this one of the best compliments you've ever received? Like, how'd you feel about that?
Dude, I'll never forget where I was at. I was at the gym. I was working out, and it came up on Twitter or something. I read it. So then I tweeted like a minute after reading. I was like, man, at Kobe talking about Whiplash, and GQ made my life's highlight reel, purple and gold, whatever, and tweeted it out. Like a minute or two later, I get a notification, Kobe starts following you. So I was like, damn, I got to send him a message. So I sent him a message, not expecting a response. He responded almost immediately. And it went from like exchanging, Twitter messages to him giving me my phone number. And I used to send him screenshots of me playing 2K, being like, I got to mess around. That's amazing. Messed around, got a triple-double today, dude. And he goes, good day. That's a good day. Kobe was the friggin'...
That's awesome.
Kobe was the man.
Oh, that's great.
We always ask everybody that comes on the show what their welcome to their their profession moment was. Me and Jason asked each other what our welcome to the league moment is. We're going to ask you, what is your welcome to Hollywood moment? It could be good. It could be bad. It's just like a shock of like, oh shit, I'm doing this.
For the first movie I did, and I remember, so it was with Nicole Kidman and Aaron Eckhart, and I had just seen The Dark Knight very recently. So him as Two-Face was very fresh in my mind. And I remember the director right before about to do, I didn't know this at the time, but I guess the director told him right before we did this scene, he's like, yo, Miles is straight out of college. This is his first movie. Like, go off book, scare the shit out of this kid. And so
This is good. This is gold.
So Aaron, like, and Eckhart, man, like he can deliver rage in a way that really kind of, you feel it. And, but I remember he's like yelling at me, and I just remember thinking in the back of my mind, like, this is so cool. You know, Harvey Dent is getting on me. And I literally felt like I was floating above my body, that I was just like watching Nicole Kidman and watching Aaron Eckhart, feeling like I was like in a dream, just on a set with these actors. And then I heard the director yell cut, and I was like, oh fuck, I just fucked this up, because I'm not even in character. Whatever, we do a couple takes, move on. And I remember going to my dressing room, giving myself a pep talk. And I was like, Miles, you know, you've always thought about what that moment, that break moment is going to be. And if you want to have the career you think you're going to have, like, this is that moment. You know, you got to fucking lock in right now. So it was great. But initially I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, I can only imagine, dude. That is an awesome welcome to the Hollywood moment. Fuck.
Well, dude, that's all we got, man. Do you have any, you feel free, you want to ask us any questions? I don't know, before we wrap, or do you want to just go back to your life and
This guy's insane.
Trav, when you got like when you are coming off a bye, are you doing any kind of like study on your own, or does that shit, like, the coaches prepare, they kind of have it all lined up, and then once you get back in the facility, then you think about it? Yeah,
just shut it down.
Just shut it down. Relax.
I'll watch the games on Sunday, or like the Thursday, Sunday, and Monday games. But at the same time, I'm just like, let me just step away from this, recharge, come back in. And I kind of I self-evaluate every single week.
you're doing it?
So I kind of already know where we're at and like kind of where we need to be going and stuff like that. But the coaches do it from a completely like different like scheme aspect that I'll just get all that information when I come back into the building.
Do these seasons with you guys feel like repetitive, even though you feel like, ah, man, this, I don't know, are we not doing this or whatever? Because with you guys, it just, you know, until it doesn't, it goes through Kansas City. And I'm just curious if anything feels unique this year, or it's all kind of.
I appreciate it. It's crazy because last year, it's kind of how you were talking about Philly this year. It's like last year we were winning every game at the end. Like we were finding a way.
Yeah. One score, close ones. Yeah.
And it's been like, I think like the 4 losses that we've had are all within 1 score games, and they're all like at the end of games. What happens, you know, a play here, a play there, and all of a sudden we're damn near undefeated. You know what I mean? Like when you really look, there's huge plays at the end of games that if it goes the other way, like we're in a completely different situation. So I think this year, offense being able to put up 30 balls every game, and you know our defense always seems to figure it out with Spags and the guys over there. So I'm kind of looking at this season like our team, I think, is rolling a little bit more. We just got to be able to, you know, finish these games off like we were last year.
Jay, NFC, I mean, I imagine you're watching more.
Dude, I watch
games because with the analysts work I mean, obviously we know how good the freaking Rams are. We saw it in the playoffs, and then we saw it this year with that blocked field goal away from them women. But and I feel like it's, you know, them, and I mean, is Seattle as good as their fucking record?
Dude, they're playing unbelievable. Their defense is low-key stacked. They got a lot of good players on their defense. Sam Darnold's balling out. It's one of those where I'm high on them, but I still got to see them do it in like crucial situations against really good teams, especially down the stretch. Like Sam Darnold was great in Minnesota last year, and they looked like they could do a lot of damage in the playoffs, and obviously it fizzled out for them. But there is something that I really like about Seattle. I do think the Rams, at the end of the day, are the strongest in the NFC West. I think we're right up there, man. I really do. I think it's Eagles. If I was going to pick 3 teams that I feel like are the most consistent right now in the NFC, it's probably Seattle, the Rams, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Lions are right up there too, but they've had a couple games where it's like, I don't know what the heck's going on.
He's 22. I feel like there's a little bit of a rivalry in here from like the days that you were playing, man. I don't know why.
For sure.
I might be from the outside.
Oh, I know why.
Outside in, but
Travis, you were at that game in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, I was. I love.
You should know why there's a rivalry. Those fans got brutalized in Philadelphia.
Oh no, they did.
Yeah, dude, I was in Ireland at the Minnesota Steelers game. Just mingling about the day before the game at some of the pubs. Vikings fans coming up to me. They still are talking about that game from 20. I was like, guys, that happened. I mean, that's over 9. It's like 9. We're like 9 years past this, guys.
Yeah, what was that? 17?
17.
It's still, but that's. I mean, look at that's like the last time that they've made it to the NFC Championship, right?
Yeah, I think so. They've been in the playoffs since, but I don't think they've made it to a championship game since then.
That was a legendary year. That was like the Kirk Cousins to Stephon Diggs down the sideline. Like
listen,
that was a lot of.
And I'm just going to be honest,
going into that game.
Did Eagles fans maybe go a little far? I'm going to say some of them probably did. I don't know that we should have been throwing rocks at buses, but I'll say this. Vikings fans came in there. Vikings fans came in very confident,
beating their chest,
and they were doing skull chants on the planes, and all that shit's going on social media. They're putting the Vikings jersey on the statue.
You can't entice it. Jason, we already talked about the statue. The Eagles fans are doing that.
I think that was a legitimate Vikings fan. I think that was a legitimate Vikings fan. There was too much memorabilia. There was a lot of stuff on that statue.
The Chiefs one that just was written on a red shirt. That was an Eagles fan.
That might have been an Eagles fan. But either way, I think I don't condone everything that happened to the Vikings fans that day, but they came in mighty confident. And so, I mean, their defense was incredible that year. It really was.
Listen, that was a full. That was a fucking great game, man.
It was. It was a great game if you were an Eagles fan. All right. Either way, we're going to talk about this one from this year.
There we go.
Eagles 28, Vikings 22. Big game for the Eagles, man. They've been obviously on a couple game losing streak, losing to the Giants on Thursday night. We talked about Cam Scattaboo and freaking Jackson Dart. And, listen, in Philly, when you're struggling, they're going to let you know, especially when the expectations are high. So, they've been going through it. So to come back and bounce back and have this type of game, very, very happy. Not just as an Eagles fan, but, happy that these guys responded this way.
Yeah. Well, the offense is definitely back.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts been under a lot of scrutiny. I mean, it's still like, I think, first of all, Jalen played out
what's new? It's like a roller coaster. This guy just keeps showing up to work, man.
Bring it on. Like, I feel like the Eagles, when everybody doubts them early on, I would rather start off having struggles and then the fans get on him. And then it's like, okay, we're going to hunker down together. We're going to have to figure this thing out. Otherwise, we're all going to get killed here. So I think it ultimately 9 times out of 10 makes the team better at the end of the day.
It makes you circle the fucking wagons.
That's right.
It makes you figure shit out in-house.
Yeah, we got to circle the wagons because we're surrounded by Philadelphians who are out for blood. So I think I thought Jalen, the deep ball, he was on the money. He was hitting all the big shots down the field. Saquon was going the first drive, then Cam Jurgens goes out, kind of stalled out. But the big thing I thought that was really different, everybody's already talked about it, the under center stuff, the play action. I think it seems like it added some more to the offense.
So it added to it. Jalen went 19 for 23 is how it added to it for 326 yards, 3 tutties. AJ and Smitty, Swole Batman and Skinny Batman combined for 13 receptions, 304 yards and 3 tutties by themselves. Do you think it's a conscious effort to just throw the ball downfield, or do you think they're finally starting to get everybody to really play the run? Specifically,
I just think that they're figuring it out, man. I think that the running game still wasn't really clicking. I mean, it clicked the first drive, but they stuck with it and they kept kind of trying to establish it. And then they hit the big shots when they were there and they hit the off schedule shots. And listen, Minnesota's a great defense this year. Brian Flores is one of the best coordinators in the NFL. Their weakness had been stopping the run. They were the best pass defense in the NFL, I think, to date. Been getting a lot of turnovers. So this is a huge game for Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts in these guys to get back on track. And you saw it in the emotion they displayed after the game, right? You know that they needed to get this monkey off their back, get one under the belt, and now they're going to get to go play the Giants again. It's a weird schedule where you play an in-division opponent back to like 1 week removed from just playing them on Thursday. But these guys are great. Nick Sirianni is a fantastic coach, and I know it hasn't looked perfect up until this point, but I just got to think that these guys they're going to continue to figure this thing out. They got great players. They got great coaches. And eventually you have stuff like this where it's going to explode. And the running game is only a matter of time as well. I really believe that.
Listen,
they got a great
when
back.
you have a 2,000-yard rusher, newsflash, everybody's going to be focused on trying to stop the fucking run. When Pat went for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, the next season we saw cover 4 and safeties at 20 yards before the snap of the ball. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different world going into that next season. You got to keep adapting. You got to keep changing it up. And unfortunately, that means Saquon might not get as many carries or might not get as many yards and touchdowns and have the crazy 2,000-yard season. But it definitely doesn't mean that he's not going to make an impact. And it definitely doesn't mean you're not going to win football games. You just got to keep finding ways week in, week out to adjust to how defenses are trying to stop you.
And Saquon's coming, man. I just don't, I don't care how it's looked to this point.
Yeah.
What's the fucking guy from the Marvel universe? I am inevitable fucking.
We got a
walk us
bunch
through
of
the
three-letter slogans, man.
Yeah, what's up?
I'll
with
tell you
letters?
what, man. Listen,
Big
slogans.
acronym team.
Yeah, big acronym. Big acronym team. We got a few of them. BAMF is another one that you guys haven't heard yet. Yeah, BAMF is another
Badass motherfucker. I think I know that one. All right.
Maybe. The thing is that's why it's an acronym. Is so you
can say it. Don't have to worry about getting fined.
There you go. It's sometimes you just got to throw an acronym together, a slogan together, and get the team, all under one understanding of how we're about to go about our day. And the offensive staff, we came up with this in I think OTAs.
Yeah.
And kind of like wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page on how we were going to get things done, how we were going to go to work every single day. The type of mindset that you need to have. And coaches come up with these slogans all the time, brother. This isn't as you know, this isn't the first slogan to ever,
sometimes it's the acronyms and you got like hold the rope. I do like when it's more, rope, I do like the
feed the fire, fuel the fire,
chop wood.
Yeah.
And then you just
circle the wagons.
There's a nice little when you have a team motto, and I think it comes from, Navy SEALs and military world where you have a one-word phrase and it just snaps people back into locking in, right? Yeah. And that's what this is usually used for. Do you remember ours in Cincinnati?
DEFWU, baby.
DEFWU. Don't ever fuck with us. Yeah. Broke it down. That was a big Derek Wolf. Was that Derek Wolf or was that a big red thing with Zip? You remember?
I don't know where it originated, but it was definitely that Eastern
Ohio Valley. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that was a big one for us. Yeah. The acronyms are always fun for sure. Especially if you get a good one.
Yeah. You get a good one, throw it on a t-shirt. Everybody's fired up. And that's what it's about, is that everybody's bought in. Everybody's saying it. Everybody has that type of mentality. And when you get everybody to buy in, having fun with it, man, that's what it's there for, man.
Not only you guys AAF on offense, you're AAF on defense. The defense has only given up 7 points in the last 8 quarters, 24 points in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
They're getting it done, baby. They're rolling right now. They were giving up some yards in that first half, but when players had to make a play, there was Trent McDuffie had a tackle on a 2nd and 1 where he just broke on a little rub route and just made a hell of a fucking play.
Trent's a fucking dog, man.
Also, shout out to Zach Ertz, Washington Commanders. The other 36, was he 36 too? He's definitely year 13.
I think he's 34, turning 35 maybe.
All right, a little bit younger.
Yeah, he was a four-year college guy. 4-year college guy.
There you go. Yeah, Stanford.
Yeah, he might have been 3. Shit.
Not just in college.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach Ertz. Joined Tony Gonzalez, Jason Witten, Travis Kelce, Antonio Gates, and Shannon Sharp to become only the 6th tight end in NFL history with 800 career reception.
Yes, sir. Me, obviously, everybody knows me and Ertz came in 13 years
Same
ago,
draft class.
2013. And to see him still fucking doing it, man. We saw each other before and after it, man. And
Yeah, man.
I just cherish every fucking game I get to play with that guy, man, or get to compete against him, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of great memories from Zach. Got some hardware
baby.
to share too. Anything we missed about the game? Chiefs?
No, man.
No?
We're rolling, baby. We're rolling. We got a big one this week against Buffalo on a short week, man. And the Bills got rolling again this past week. They were part of that,
Bro.
some of those blowout games that we saw on Sunday. And
They put up 40? Is that right?
yeah. I mean, they can score with the best of them, baby.
James Cook had like over 220, 30 yards, something like that.
Getting him the ball is pretty goddamn good.
It's good strategy.
Good strategy, yeah. So hopefully we can slow that down and keep putting up points like we've been putting up over the past couple of weeks. Thank you to our partner, WhatsApp.
Halloween party planning hits different on WhatsApp.
You know that moment someone sends a picture of some epic costume idea, but it's so blurry that you can't tell if it's a werewolf or they just haven't shaved?
Regular texts, they compress those photos until your Frankenstein looks like a failed art project. And those group costume ideas might as well be communicating through a Ouija board.
But WhatsApp? Now we're talking. Every photo, every video comes through crystal clear. HD, baby.
Nice. Most memorable Halloween party. I just think college Halloween's the best. Be honest with you. I mean, outside of kids going and trick-or-treating, like going to costume parties in college, electric.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't even remember going to Halloween parties like that.
I remember. Yeah, no, I think either the football house or some of the other sports or older guys that had a house off campus, we would venture out dressed in costumes for the night. With WhatsApp, when someone shares those spooky costume photos, they come through in HD. No more pixelated pumpkins.
And with end-to-end encryption, your costume stays secret until the big night.
It's time for WhatsApp. Download WhatsApp now.
Hello, my name is Andy Mugglestew. I'm the Chief Editor of AB Review. Today I would like to present to you...
Hannah.
Thanks to our partner, Gillette.
The best a fan can get.
Yes.
November is upon us, 92%ers, and Gillette is the official grooming partner of Movember.
Oh my gosh, Movember.
Oh,
What a
yeah.
great, okay. The best a man can get is taking a stand for men's health. For every Gillette Labs purchase made, $1 will be donated to help fight prostate cancer.
That's what I'm talking
This
about,
is awesome.
baby. This is awesome. Did you know 1 in 8 men get diagnosed with prostate cancer?
I did not know that.
Well, now you do, and that's more common than I could ever imagine.
That is way more common. Wow. Yeah, men don't love to talk about their health, but Movember makes it easier.
Start the month with a clean-shaved face, then grow the sickest stash possible for the rest of November.
I did Movember one year. We got photos of that someplace. It was a gnarly mustache.
Dude, that stash, you had the bars, you had handlebars.
When people ask why, tell them it's for men's health and that you use Gillette Labs to look that good. With up to 30 shaves per cartridge, those blades will last you all Movember.
Gillette, Movember, unbeatable combo. Do good and feel great by grabbing Gillette now and get to work with that stash, baby.
Visit pgbrandsaver.com/Movember for details. Donations from October 26th to December 6th, 2025. Exclusions apply.
Thank you to our partner, Audible, baby.
Listen, you need something to make those daily routines more exciting?
Man, who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about Audible, like having a personal hype man in your ear, but for books.
They make it easy. Just download the app and bam! Over 1 million stories, books right at your fingertips. Matthew McConaughey's book is in there. Getting a daily pep talk from the man himself is a great way to start your day.
I mean, that sounds pretty sweet, but when does anyone find time to listen?
Well, I mean, listen, just whenever you get a moment. I mean, whether you're during workouts, driving, chores around the house, sitting there watching a show that you're really not interested in and you want to be doing something else, folding laundry. That's pretty good. Listening to a nice Audible book.
Yeah, I didn't know you folded one. That's awesome, man.
I don't.
But you do multitask.
Yeah. I throw it into the basket at least. I don't even do that. Multitasking is the name of the game, but seriously, it's awesome. Anyone can learn new stuff or get lost in a story, all while handling their regular day-to-day things.
There's more to imagine when you listen.
It's true.
God, that's such a good line. Sign up for a free 30-day Audible trial and your first Audible book is free. Visit audible.com/newheights. All right, now let's get to the rest of the NFL this week, which was a bunch of fucking blowouts like Jason was mentioning earlier. Let's start with this one. That was, it wasn't necessarily a blowout, but it was pretty one-sided.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided.
I feel comfortable saying that because the Giants already blew us out once, so we'll call it a blowout. It was blowout to blowout.
Eagles 38, Giants 20. Obviously, one of the biggest storylines of the NFL is Scadaboo had a pretty aggressive ankle injury. Sending all the love to him. Hopefully he can get back, man. The NFL absolutely loves dude. Hopefully he gets back in tip-top shape. Big Dom DeSandro sent over some pizza and cheesesteaks. I mean, the guy got a standing ovation as he was getting carted off. Nobody wants to see one of the most loved players in the league get hurt like that. And obviously what that guy's meant to football over the past couple of weeks has been pretty fucking fun to watch. So hopefully he gets back healthy and back to running dudes over and being the epitome of a fucking NFL football player, man.
Yeah, man, I think that you saw, like, the link can be brutal to opposing players and fans.
Especially
like I've seen
rival teams, yeah.
I've seen the link not handle opposing players getting injured well before. And I don't think it was intentional. Like, I think they're just excited about a big hit or something happening. But it was so apparent how much respect everybody in the NFL has for this guy and how he plays the game. Like, he got a standing ovation getting off the field. Like, very excited to see the future that Cam Scadaboo has in this league. And in such a short time to entrench yourself with that much respect in this league just shows. I try and tell young players this all the time. Like, players are like, oh, the fans are on me about this, or, I'm getting unfair criticism. Dude, if you just go out there and you play with reckless abandon, you will get cheered. Like, and I bring this story up all the time. Zach Ertz got crushed for a week or whatever. The first catch he had, he went out there and he ran through like 3 people, broke 3 tackles, and it was like being carried forward. And you know what happened? You know what the fans did? They fucking erupted in cheers. So I don't want to hear like, oh, like they're saying mean things. Like, motherfucker, you control it. If you go out there with great energy and effort, you will be loved in the sport of football. That's one of the beautiful 100%. Things about the sport.
Yep.
People love guys that just have relentless motors. So that requires zero talent. That's just the reality of it.
That's so spot on, man. Well, get healthy, big guy. Enjoy those cheesesteaks Dom dropped off. But let's get to this game. Initial thoughts on the game, Jason?
I mean, this is exactly what we've been waiting to see. I mean, we've known that the Eagles are talented and that if they can play up to what they're capable of, that they are a very dangerous team. And obviously the Giants have been clicking. They've been playing well recently with Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, although he left early. And I do think that took some wind out of their sails. The Eagles are rolling right from the get-go. It started with the second play of the game with that Saquon Barkley huge rushing touchdown. It never stopped. I mean, we've been waiting to see the ground game get going. And a lot has been made about Jalen Hurts in the passing game. And that started to get fixed the last couple weeks. But I don't think people really realize how much when you're running the ball well, it just makes everything go. Right? Your play action passing is better. You're in less third and long situations. You're in more third and manageable even when you get to them. And it just makes the rhythm so much better. And the Eagles ran the ball so freaking well. Landon Dickerson is fine. It looks like he's fully healthy, and he's been there for the last couple weeks. Brett Toth was in for Cam Jurgens being injured from last game, and he went in and played center in the Vikings game without any reps during the week, and it wasn't the best outing, right? That's a tough situation to be thrown into, right? Like, you work on guard and these other things all week, and then all of a sudden you're live in the game doing the snaps. And he bounced back, man. There was a lot of criticism all week about the previous game and one of his games at guard, and he honestly was one of the best players up front for him throughout the day. He had a bunch of crucial blocks. He did well in the combinations. He had a lot of fold schemes, pulling around, making blocks at the second level. And something else that I think doesn't ever really get talked and I know this just because I know Brett, he puts the line in a really, he's going to make sure the calls are right. And that is such a big part of having a backup going at center. Because if you're not all on the same page, it's not communicated well, it can like make everything fall apart.
Fuck yeah.
And you could see that those guys were in sync and that everybody was on the same page. And that's half of being successful in the right game. 9 times out, especially if you got great players, which the
you
Eagles
get
do.
bodies on bodies, baby. You give a guy like Saquon a chance, man. We're rolling.
Brett, you got to give him his flowers, and I know Philadelphia already had an outstanding game. Big Fred Johnson,
at least 3 times while we're here because of a child reaction. It's that simple. All right, coming up on today's Disney Spectacular, I'm going to get honest about trips to Disney World as a parent. This includes my personal tips for being in the parks with 4 tiny humans. Plus, I got some quality doom scrolling in on the plane ride down. So I'm going to talk about one of the most Philly-coded gender reveals I've ever seen. Plus, there's a club in Disney that exclusively plays Disney Channel music. Guys, am I going clubbing? Maybe. After that, I'm going to be joined by one of our most requested guests ever. We were waiting for the perfect time to have her on, and being in Disney, her homeland, I'll call it, this couldn't be more perfect. It's my mother-in-law, Donna Kelce. But first, let's get to our real one comment of the week. Comment says, we love a 62-minute episode with number 62. Cassidy, you knew it. Queen Emma broke me down again. That's so crazy. It's like I'm getting weaker. You got this, Kylie. Queen Emma is trying to work you over. Right, Queen Emma? Yeah, this week she's right over there. So I get to give her the evil look from right here. I'm going to channel my villain. I'm going to send it right over to her. There's actually a note here from the desk of Queen Emma. So weird. The desk is right there. Hey girl, if we someday welcome an NFL tight end onto this program, no one in particular, just wondering your thoughts on a crisp 87. I don't know, sounds like a great idea to me. Peace, love, and turtles. Queen Emma. Great. Uncle Trav's busy. He's busy. And so when he's not busy, he's always welcome in the other chair here. But until then, he's busy. Leave him alone. Next up, my first episode of FAFO with Nikki Marie just came out, and I'm glad you guys loved it as much as I loved making it. It was so much fun to get together with someone who shares an absolute love of sports, love of field hockey, and a fellow mother, and get to sit down and chat about how sports has shaped her in her life, what it's meant to her to have field hockey grow up with her, and now to watch her daughter start to play. And we then got to coach we tiny humans to play the sport that we love. So it was, I'm feeling inspired, a magical moment that I am so glad that you guys have gotten the chance to watch. And my next FAFO comes out December 2nd. Any guesses about where I'm going next? Tag us at NGL with Kylie. Moving on, let's get to a very magical edition of Can I Be Honest? Brought to you by Advent Health. This week, let's get honest about Disney World as a parent. That's right. It is for us as parents when our kids are as young as mine are. Wyatt remembers everything, but that's just her personality, who she is. Ellie doesn't remember much, which is exactly the phase I'm talking about, where it's for me. It's for me. When her little face lights up, when she saw Tiana up in a window, she still talks about it. Getting to wave to Tiana up in the window. It's beautiful. We've been to Disney World. I think we've been 6. It had to be 6 because last year we came twice. This is our first time coming to Disney World with 4 tiny humans. So that's interesting. I truly think that each of them have a moment that will resonate with them in whatever age they are. So obviously Wyatt will like something different this year. She's 6. Ellie at 4 is still very into the princesses. Benny has talked about some of the other things, and Homegirl loves a snack, so she's been talking about the Mickey pretzel. My child. The most afraid of any of the characters, though, would probably be... it might be Wyatt. Wyatt has always been someone who is a little wary of characters. So, she might be our ringer. I do think the last time that we saw... I want to say it was Donald Duck. We saw Donald over in Animal Kingdom. He was a far enough distance away that he could wave, and Benny felt good about it. So I think that was probably Benny's most favorite interaction so far. Finn, her favorite interaction was with a churro last year while she was still in my belly. So, if you know, you know. I'm unsure what their reactions are going to be this year, but we might all find out together. Now, as I've said before, a lot of people look at me, see I have 4 kids, and assume I have it figured out. I don't. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys that. The same goes for trips to Disney, but I have gathered a few hacks over the years. So here are my official Disney not so pro tips. Number 1, every butt needs a seat. She's 6. Wyatt is 6 years old. I have a stroller that collapses small enough to fit under the big stroller, because in the off chance that she wants to get her butt in a seat, we are not stopping. We are going, and we will roll with it. It is my biggest piece of advice. Number 2, stay on property at a Disney resort if you can. Their transportation, outstanding. I still remember coming when I was going into 6th grade. We stayed at Coronado Springs. I still remember the breakfast was delicious. It's where I learned to love thunderstorms. If you know, you know. I also love the monorail. You know who else loves the monorail? The girls. And any transportation that I don't have to beg them to get on is a win in my book. Number 3, and this is a big one, if it works for your family, consider bringing your kids' grandparents or extended family and friends, because extra hands and eyes are the best. Yes, that's right. Man-to-man coverage, everyone. We love man-to-man coverage because it means that everyone gets their undivided attention, and even more importantly, you don't miss moments. Number 4, shout out to the Rapunzel bathrooms. It's the spot. I don't know why. It's always where we take our potty break. I'm so serious. Number 5, if you have a litter of children like I do, that's right, I said a litter, a whole gaggle of geese, if you will, plan on going on a favorite ride for each of your tiny humans so everyone has something special to look forward to. Now, if you're anything like mine, sometimes it's not always going to be a ride. It might be an experience or an interaction with a princess or a character. Absolutely set something aside for everyone so that you can build up to that moment. And then you can convince them to get where you're going. We love motion. Keep it moving. And since we're talking rides, here are the top tiny human rides in our family. Little Mermaid Under the Sea ride. We love to sit in the shells. We love it. Wyatt does make me cover her eyes at the eels because they're a little scary. Everybody knows that. Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, is, I would say, one of the most underrated experiences in the parks. They get to actually play with the water. Our girls talk about it every time they leave. And it is a little walking path so you can go at your own pace. And there's plenty of different experiences within it so that you can have everybody engaged and interacting. It's such a good time. We love that ride experience. Frozen Sing-Along. The Arendelle historians in the Frozen Sing-Along are hilarious. We've seen the show multiple times with different historians, and they are all outstanding. Highly recommend. And the last one is, it's for me. It's the Kilimanjaro Safaris at Animal Kingdom. I love it so much. I love it. Also, look for the hidden Mickey. It's in the middle of the flamingos. And lastly, tip number 6. For all the real ones with or without tiny humans, treat yourself. Yep, that's right. I might recommend you maybe just put your kids in the stroller and hand the passes to your husband and the grandparents, and you sneak out, send them to the parks, and you go to the spa at the Grand Floridian. I don't know, just an idea. It's just an idea. I'm not going to do it. Maybe I'll see you at the spa. Guys, that would be so messed up. I'd do it though. I would do it in a heartbeat. Who wants to hop in on a little couples massage? Because my husband's going to be busy. He'll be in the parks. Okay? Got it. That's it for my official not so pro tips to Disney. And that's it for Can I Be Honest? Brought to you by Advent Health. Next up, let's get right into Doom Scroll of the Week. First up, I just saw the most Philly gender reveal ever. And this little girl's honesty, frankly, belongs in an episode of Not Gonna Lie. Queen Emma, the clip, please.
Bite into the cannoli and we'll find out what the baby is. Oh. The cannoli.
Very good cannoli. Nice, yeah.
What is it? It's a boy!
It's a boy! Baby
It's a
boy!
boy!
Baby boy coming April.
You're gonna have a brother! I don't want a brother.
I love so many things about this clip. First of all, dressed to perfection. People love it. Everyone's decked out in some Eagles gear. Second, some cannolis. Of course, we got some South Philly cannolis up in there for a little gender reveal. Naturally, my favorite reaction, though, is the little girl who immediately says that she doesn't want a brother and rolls her eyes. Those eyes shot to the sky so fast. She's a real one in the making. Okay? Blunt, honest. I love it. What I don't love? Gender reveals. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is such a buzzkill. I know that we have a lot of people out there who have done gender reveals. It's not my thing. I think partially because I don't like being surprised. And also because I'm not creative enough to come up with one. Let's be honest. That is not a type C mom thing to do, I would think. That is someone who is far more organized and put together than me. And also, full transparency, I do believe I have discussed, maybe not here on the pod, but definitely to people, about that I do think there's always a certain sense of which way you want it to go. And so if it doesn't go that way, sometimes it's not great to have recorded your reaction. I think we've all seen the duds online specifically it's when there's always like two of that gender standing with the parents, and then they like take a bite into a cupcake and it happens to be the same gender as the kid standing near them. Guys, we should just embrace it. All the hand-me-downs work. Okay? We're fine. So, no, I would not ever consider doing a gender reveal personally. Jason and I, for our first, I always said that I wanted to find out for our first and not find out for any of our consecutive pregnancies. So we found out when Wyatt was 11 weeks old. I got a 10-week blood test. And it was available in the at 11 weeks, we got the results. And we checked together. When I got pregnant with Ellie, we again got that blood test at 10 weeks. And we were not together when I got the results. And I read them and then called my husband. And he said, I thought we were finding out. And I said, yep, that was the plan, but I read it. Now I know. And so you have to know too. We're in this together. And so then we had given up on the idea of not finding out. I really enjoyed personally referring to her as her when I had her in my belly. I loved getting to plan in the very small amount of planning that I do, which is barely any. But I loved it. I loved getting to figure out their name ahead of time, get to refer to them as their name. That was very fun. The only one that didn't have their name before they came out was Finn. And we called her Pickle. She was fine. Speaking of pregnancy announcements, this TikToker won. She won. Everyone can just give up now because this was it.
Now, remember, friends, we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents.
I don't even know where to start. For our audio listeners, the mom is dressed up as Bob Ross. She has 3 boys standing in front of her, one of which is fighting for his life to keep a straight face and also holding a sonogram. And the mom turns to the camera while she's painting on the canvas that is her other children's shirts. And she says,
we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents.
That is what I will call I was once told that is called a pleasant surprise. Yeah, and that's that. That mom nailed that. I think that I think humor being involved in a pregnancy announcement, top notch, but this mom, you nailed it. And also your oldest son nailed it because he tried so hard to keep a straight face and he did a darn good job. Next scroll, Elizabeth Banks just spoke at the ESPNW Summit, and I love her take on women supporting women. The clip, please, Queen Emma.
Made a show last year, The Better Sister, on Amazon. It was all women and running the show. And guess what? We got home for dinner every night. And it's just like, that's the thoughtfulness behind every decision. Somebody comes in and goes, my kid, I got to go see my kid in the play. And it's like, we're going to figure that out for you, you know? And I think people feel comfortable coming to women and saying, I need something and I'll do my job better if you help me figure it out.
I love this clip so much. I love that she talks about how we can have work-life balance. I love the fact that she has an emphasis on that women, that we can achieve that. I love that there is the idea that if there is something, attention that your family needs, and I'm not saying needs as in like it's an emergency or something like that. I mean needs as in like there's something that you need to be there for your kid. And that includes recitals, plays, potentially like a classroom party that all of the other parents are going to be at. That's okay to accommodate that in your schedule. And it's okay to mark that as important, because when you end up missing those things, I truly think that, number one, your kids notice. I think we've all felt that. My daughter just started kindergarten and I've already had a moment of, well, you weren't there. So I'm going to do my darndest to not miss another. On NGL, we adopt the same thinking that Elizabeth Banks is talking about. We have quite a few moms that work on the show, all of our queens that we've collected. We value their time and we value their energy, and we know that their kids also deserve their time and attention, and that we don't just have to run ourselves into the ground to do something and create something that's productive and meaningful. So we will continue to do this. We get it, and we love the messaging here from Elizabeth Banks. Last on Doom Scroll, apparently there's a club on Disney property that exclusively plays throwback Disney Channel music, and I'm so in on this clip. Yes, a million times yes. Yes, 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 and then some more yes. Oh my gosh, yes. The part of this clip that hits the hardest, the Lizzie McGuire. Everyone wants to sing that song, right? Everyone wants to sing This Is What Dreams Are Made Of at the top of their lungs, with the lights going and the bass hitting and a room full of people doing it too. I'm going clubbing. I think I'm going clubbing. I'm a drag queen, Emma. We're going clubbing. That does it for Doom Scroll. Coming up, she's the real Disney queen known as Dee Dee to my girls. It's my mother-in-law, Donna Kelce. Right after this message from me about our partner, Advent Health. Imagine this, chat. You finally made it to Disney World. The kids are hyped. You've got your Mickey ears on and you're ready for a magical time. And then someone gets an earache. Or you realize you left your meds back at home next to the coffee maker. Always a classic. That's why I'm genuinely glad Walt Disney World Resort has an official healthcare provider in Advent Health. They go way beyond first aid stations. They have the Advent Health World of Wellness. It's basically like having a health safety net while you're on vacation. You can hop on the Advent Health app and do a telehealth visit. If you need a prescription, they'll deliver it straight to your resort. Their urgent care will actually come pick you up. And for anything more serious, there is a first-of-its-kind emergency room located near Disney property at Flamingo Crossings. How reassuring is that? So when you're planning your next Disney trip, add Advent Health to your checklist, because keeping your crew healthy means you can focus on the fun. You can check them out at adventhealthworldofwellness.com. Our guest was one of the 2024 Glamour Women of the Year, and is always a Woman of the Year to me and our whole family. You may have seen her on the Hallmark Channel. That's my child screaming. And her child is the one probably causing it.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
You may have seen her on the Hallmark Channel wearing her famous split Eagles-Chiefs jersey or gifting her son's chocolate chip cookies ahead of the Super Bowl. She's our favorite Disney expert. My girl is Dee Dee, my mother-in-law, and now she's officially not going to lie. Donna Kelce, welcome to the show.
I'm excited to be on the show. I can't stand it. This is great. And I mean, here of all places.
I know.
Can't get any better.
I figured if we were going to do the Donna Kelce episode that everyone's been asking for.
Perfect.
Perfect place
to
do it.
Every time you walk in the gate, it's just like you feel like you believe in magic all over again.
Yes. Yes, you do.
It's a great feeling.
Now, how does it feel to be one of our most requested guests?
Oh, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they must know I have a lot of dirt on the boys.
I think they know I'm going to ask the questions to get there.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
Now, you know all the ins and outs of Disney, so we're going to get into that. But first, the real ones.
Yeah.
For some reason, always want to hear more about our family. So we'll start there. I don't know if I've talked about the first time that I met you on the podcast yet. I've talked about the first time I met Travis. It was the Pro Bowl trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, we were in Hawaii.
Yep. Yeah. Do you remember the first time that we met?
Yeah.
I believe it was an Eagles game.
Yes.
I figured that you would remember only because leading up to that, the joke was that nobody believed that Jason actually had a girlfriend because he's not a Rico Suave, everyone.
Yeah.
He wasn't bringing around a bunch of girls.
No, very few, none in high school. And I never knew of anyone that he dated in college. I'm sure there were a couple, but he just never brought anybody home. I guess he was just waiting for you, Kylie.
Sure, that's what it was.
He was waiting for the perfect one.
That's right. It had nothing to do with the fact that he has no game whatsoever.
Well, you know.
Now, what do you remember from our first meeting?
Oh, man. How tall you were.
Yeah.
You had a sophisticated air about you.
Oh, that's very kind.
Yeah, I know. And it was, I was just really impressed with, how you carried yourself and how articulate you were. And I just was thrilled to death.
I was very excited to be with you and be eye to eye.
Yeah,
that is
there you
always
go.
like, as tall women, I think you always recognize when someone you walk up to and you're speaking like straight
True.
to their face.
Yeah, agreed.
It's something that I don't realize until it happens. Like until I'm talking to a tall woman, I don't realize that I'm looking down towards everybody else.
Yeah, I know.
For anyone who doesn't know this, you are known as Dee Dee to our girls.
Yes.
How did we get the name Dee Dee?
Dee Dee came about very selfishly because most babies say the D word first. And so I thought, okay, there is already a Nana and there's probably going to be some other names and things like that. So I just did my initial of my name twice. That's all.
I love it. And also I love the idea that there was a chance that you beat Jason to the punch. Like if it was a DD instead of a dad, We could have held that over him forever.
Yeah, but the A vowel is a very
it's easy and it's quick.
It is for sure. It's easy to form.
Jury's still out on Finn. We still have a chance. Now, you were just in town visiting. What's the funniest thing that one of the girls has said or asked you ever?
Just recently, Bennett came up to me and she says, "Now, what's your name again?"
Yeah, she'll humble you. That one's a little nuts. I think I know the answer to this question, but of our 4 girls, who reminds you the most of Jason?
Oh boy, it's got to be Wyatt. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure that I've told the story on the podcast before, but I have said before that there was a time when Wyatt, I think she was around 2, and I remember her having a tough moment, we'll call it, and you were staring at her in like a very just like observant way, and I looked at you and I said, "Is it giving you PTSD?" And you said, "A little bit." A little bit.
Yeah.
Who reminds you the most of like a Travis personality?
Oh dear. Well, it's usually the second or the third child because they're the ones that are fearless. And you're learning with the first child. So I would have to say that Ellie probably is the one that throws herself off the couch without abandon.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, so she has no fear.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Donna, as you know, I love talking about motherhood on this podcast. And since I'm married to your son, I have a lot of questions for you. I, of course, have 4 girls and you raised 2 boys.
Oh, yeah.
And witnessing a household of all girls now and being close to it.
Yeah.
What would you say are the biggest differences between raising boys and girls?
The thing that just amazes me is how they will sit down and do a craft for a certain period of time. That wasn't my experience.
No.
It was constantly running around, jumping off of things, getting into trouble, running out the door, starting the car up, when they were 3. So
yes,
they got into a lot of stuff.
Now, is there one that you would say is tougher or just different?
I think Jason, because he was the oldest and, always the elder child in the family, not all the time, but especially with Jason, he would tend to listen and follow the rules. Yeah, Travis isn't a rule follower. No, he runs to the tune of his own drum.
We had a conversation after I had Bennett where you had mentioned like 3 girls still sounds a little bit nicer than 2 boys for that age.
Yeah.
Because, a bird.
It must be one of my ancestors.
Now, much like you're saying, doing a craft, like we often start our day with like a nice drawing, coloring session.
Yeah.
And I have said that in that moment, like a house of boys would never. They would never.
No, they're breaking the crayons. It's like I saw one time 2 different fields. There was a field full of boys playing soccer and a field full of girls playing soccer. The girls, you ask them to get in a circle and kick the ball between each other. With the boys, one's, playing basketball with the soccer ball. They are, hitting each other. They're wrestling on the floor. They're doing everything but what they're told to do. So, yeah, completely different.
It might be tougher for us later.
Yeah,
sure.
Could be. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I also couldn't have you on and not ask about the famous story of Jason with the knives in the front yard.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I had just picked them up from daycare and we had gotten home. And I decided I was going to go upstairs and change because I had my, work outfit on. So I'm upstairs, I get the shorts on, and I hear from across the street this person calling, "Oh my God, he's got a knife." And I knew who it was immediately.
Did you really?
Yes, I knew it was Jason. He was the only one that was tall enough they could reach him. And I literally had him high up in a cabinet because I had to keep everything sharp away from both of them. But yeah, I ran out there. I only had my shorts on and a bra. I literally ran out and, and then everybody was clapping on the street. They were so excited about that picture. So it was really kind of funny, but Jason was literally throwing it up in the air, and it would come down and hit the ground, and
Like to
poor
stick in the grass.
Yeah, and Travis is just looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, that could have went right through his head. But yeah, that was a scary time. That was a scary one.
Yeah. I'm always brought back to like little Jason when he headbutted grandma.
Oh yeah, he did that with my mother. Yeah. He thought that was just great fun because Ed and he used to do it all the time.
Sure.
Just as like a little game. And he wasn't even walking. They would just headbutt each other, and sure enough,
like a little love tap.
Pretty much knocked my grandmother out. I mean, their grandmother out. And the other time is Jason was like 2 months old, and I had just dried my hair, and he picked up the hairdryer and hit me over the head, and I saw stars on that one. Yeah, and he wasn't doing it to be mean or anything. He just thought it was fun. Thought it was funny. What 2-year-old can pick up a hairdryer and swing it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had muscles back then.
Now, as the mother of that man's 4 children, how can I prevent my kids from repeating their dad's mistake?
Oh, geez. I think every child is their own, and they come up with their own thoughts. So something that they're going to come up with is going to be completely different than what my children did because they're watching different shows.
Sure.
They're looking at cartoons, and I'm sure that Jason had seen that on some cartoon. They both like to mimic.
Now, you've told so many great stories about Jason and Travis. Is there one that you haven't told? Maybe you've been saving for the perfect moment, and maybe this is that moment.
I don't know.
You've aired it out. You've exposed
there you go.
them.
There's one in particular that I do remember. I used to have to keep the keys up high, just like I had to keep the knives up high. And Travis, for some reason, was opening up the drawers, and he was climbing up them. He was 3, climbing up the cupboards to get to the keys. And for some reason, I was in the bathroom or whatever. I mean, you got to go. And I'm all by myself. I go out the back door, and there's 2 of them sitting in the car. Now, mind you, the car was locked. So Travis would watch us like a hawk. He knew exactly what we were doing. He knew how to unlock the car door, get into it, and then slam it shut. And I don't know how he did it, but somehow, and thank goodness, it was it was not an automatic.
Sure.
Okay. And he put the keys in the car. He knew exactly what to do and turned it on, and it jumped and went right through the garage door. And Jason, thank goodness, was sitting next to him, and he was just like this. He was so excited. But he could have been standing in front of it. It could have been a really bad moment.
I will tell you, after watching the dynamic between our own kids now, I wouldn't be surprised if Jason wasn't following him to say, nope, put the key in the hole.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna want to turn it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he actually got it started. Yeah, he did at 3. So
3
from
years
then on,
old.
I always had to have my keys on my person. I could not hide them.
That's terrible.
Because they could see where I left them. So yeah, that was a little scary.
Not Trav out here just saving receipts.
Yeah, there's some other ones with the car, but I can't go into it.
The trunk.
Yeah.
When it was going to be sold the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we'll leave that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one on.
Yeah.
Be out of respect for the individuals involved.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one between us. Okay. Now, you've done an amazing job as a mom. I know how proud you are of Jason and Travis, and they are of you. Is there a piece of motherhood advice that you lived by?
Oh, dear. Every once in a while, let them fight. Because
that's great advice. I love this.
Because that's how you learn to negotiate, to do different things. But I mean, if it looks like it's getting kind of, a
little too
terrible,
dicey,
and it's too, it looks like somebody's going to get hurt. But usually somebody cries and it stops.
Sure.
So, unfortunately, the younger one definitely has to figure it out. And they really do come up with good negotiation skills and manipulation and some other things. Yeah. Yeah. So,
now, as his mom, what have you enjoyed the most about watching Jason as a dad?
Oh, I'm just totally amazed that he can be as gentle as he can, but then he still throws them up in the air on the couch. But that is a softer side of him that I don't think I've ever seen before. And he definitely loves his girls. There's no doubt about it.
Yep. They've got him.
Yeah, they do.
You're also our first guest who has grandchildren, and we do have a lot of real ones with grandkids, so I'd love to know what grandparenting advice you would give as a first-timer.
Let them do whatever they want. It's terrible. No, within reason. There are things that I ask you, can I do this? Can I do that?
Very much so.
But I think you're there to show them as much love as you possibly can. And I'm not the one that's going to be the downer. So I try not to be. But every once in a while, you have to say, okay, that's enough. But yeah.
I do think that you have an amazing balance of coming in. They know that you'll bring them sweet treats because that's the grandparents' duty. Everybody knows that. You have free reign on sweet treats.
Yeah.
And they know that you will sit there and give them your undivided attention and read them books. And so because of that, whenever there is mention of Dee Dee, they're like, where is she? When she get here? Is she here yet? It's there's excitement with it that like is unmatched and very obvious that they truly value the time that they get to spend with you.
Well, I value it also.
Now, I do have to ask, I promise that Donna's Disney Guide is coming up next, but real quick.
Yeah.
I know you signed an NDA.
Yes, I did.
But I want to know about this Traders situation.
Okay. Well, I can tell you.
Tell me when it comes out, Donna.
Yeah, I think sometime in January.
Perfect.
The Traders show does come out. It's season 4.
Yes.
Celebrity season 4. I had a blast on it.
Are you allowed to say where it was?
Oh, yeah. It's in Scotland. Yeah.
And how was that?
Just wonderful. There was nothing better than walking through the Highlands at night, in the complete dark. It was crazy. There are so many beautiful things about the Highlands. It's just the mountains and the water and everything. It's very serene, and the air was the cleanest I think I've ever, breathed in my life. I had no trouble climbing up 3 flights of stairs. I'm like, why?
This is awesome. This is reminding me. I would like the real ones to know that one of the things that I think is one of your like secret superpowers is travel.
Oh,
and I don't even know how secret it is.
Yeah.
Because I yell it from the rooftops. Your way of travel is so impressive. Your thirst for like knowledge and the way that you travel the world is one of the most intriguing and exciting things. I love when you travel because I get to vicariously live through your travel experiences. Yeah. But that actually brings us to the fact that we are in one of our favorite places to travel.
Absolutely.
And also one of yours.
Been here many times.
It's not that far for you to travel now.
No.
Because you are a Florida resident.
I am.
But that brings us to Donna's Disney Guide. All right, now the main event. We promised the real ones your insider guide to Disney.
Hey, all right.
I'm going to let you take it away. Where do people absolutely need to go when they come to Disney World? Your must stops.
It definitely depends on how old your kids are or where you are in your life. But if it's adults, definitely, you got to go to Epcot. If it's children, you definitely have to come to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. There's just so many wonderful places to go, wonderful things to eat for any age. It's just a magical place. It really is.
What's your favorite thing to eat in the park?
Oh, geez. I think caramel apples. I just love caramel apples for sure.
That's my mother-in-law.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, do you have a favorite ride personally?
Yes. Favorite all time was the one that just came out, a couple years ago, is Guardians of the Galaxy. That is, I could ride that over and over and over again. I love that ride.
Rumor has it that I will be riding that ride this week.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a little nervous about it.
No, don't be. You will love it.
I know. You've given it rave reviews. I'm nervous.
You're watching the world go by as you're going around it, so it's fun.
Now, do you personally have a favorite park?
I would think that Epcot probably is my favorite just because I love Soarin'. I love...
you love travel.
Yeah, I do. I love to see all the different, countries and go around the park and see all the different types of food. It's just, you can't beat it.
And you've never lost the love of Disney.
I try to get as many times as I can. Obviously, growing families, you can't go as many times as you really want to go. But it's just a special place. It just feels like home to me. And it's just this feeling like you're just free of all the strife and things that are happening in your life that are weighing you down.
I also really appreciate that you have made this your home and that we get to come and not only visit Dee Dee, but get caramel apples together.
For sure. That's good. It's always the best.
Thank you so much for coming on Not Gonna Lie.
No problem.
It has been incredible having you.
Thank you.
Specifically in the happiest place on earth.
It doesn't get any better.
It's magic.
I know.
It's the Disney magic.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, before we wrap this episode, I have one more surprise. We need tiny humans.
Oh, of course. Okay. I just want to let you know that I do buy your merchandise. This is one of the things that I purchased.
Guys, you should go get yourself a hat. You can match Donna.
Yes, there you go.
Look at it. Come on.
Perfect.
Look how beautiful she looks. While we're waiting on children, I do want to circle back just for a second about motherhood for you.
Yeah.
And obviously I said, like, a lot of people are fans of your work. In other words, really appreciate the two men that you have helped raise. And a lot of people have a lot of feelings about the fact that they are both so, what I think most people would refer to as emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Is there something that you and Ed were doing that, like, encourage that, or is that just like who they are at their core?
I think both Ed and I are very emotional at times, and we do cry at movies and what have you, but I think that's just in their DNA. It's something that they have in their personality. I don't think you can teach that or anything, but they just feel things very deeply. They do.
And I just want to emphasize that, and I hope you already know this, I'm a big fan of your work. Big fan.
There you go.
Because he's great and I love him, and I appreciate that you raised him.
Very good.
Oh, okay, we have one more surprise. So we're going to get Chica's in here. Can you come see me?
Come on, guys.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello. Is Benny coming?
Hi, Wyatt.
Oh, here comes Benny. Yep, she's coming. She changed her mind.
All right,
hello.
Ellie. Here you
hello.
go.
Okay.
Let's see. Here. Hi, I'm going to move this. Here.
Hi.
Can I move this or no? Here you go. Come on in.
We have a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mean.
Okay.
Finny, you can't grab her
right.
hair. Okay. We do have a surprise for the tiny humans. It's a very exciting surprise. And I think it's on its way. It's on its way in a minute. Finny, do you want to tell everyone something? Let's see. Whoop. There we go. Oh, Wyatt, anything to tell the listeners?
Hi.
Where are we right now?
I like your
Disney
backpack,
World.
In
Wyatt.
Disney World. Is it amazing? Do you love it
Do you
here?
like the castle?
Come on, hop up on the chair with me.
Yeah.
There you go. Scoot your hiney back. Do you want to
What
show
would you
everyone
like
your
to say?
backpack?
In the parade, and I want to see Jasmine.
Okay, awesome.
What princess do you want to see? Jasmine. Were you guys eating something, maybe?
We got treats.
We
You
got
got
treats. I think the surprise is here, maybe.
It is.
That's a
Do you think she'll come over
talking
here?
about.
Okay.
Hi, Minnie. Guys, it's Minnie.
Look it.
Ellie, she's wearing your favorite color. Hi. Hello, Minnie. She
Give her
drew
a
you a
kiss.
heart,
You wanna blow her a
Ellie.
kiss?
What do you say, Benny?
So she's,
Oh, now she's silent.
yeah,
She went silent.
She's bigger than
she was
thought.
talking all about you.
You're a tall girl too.
Benny, who is it?
Do you want to blow her a kiss?
Donna, as you know, I love talking about motherhood on this podcast. And since I'm married to your son, I have a lot of questions for you. I, of course, have 4 girls and you raised 2 boys.
Oh, yeah.
And witnessing a household of all girls now and being close to it.
Yeah.
What would you say are the biggest differences between raising boys and girls?
The thing that just amazes me is how they will sit down and do a craft for a certain period of time. That wasn't my experience.
No.
It was constantly running around, jumping off of things, getting into trouble, running out the door, starting the car up, when they were 3. So
yes,
they got into a lot of stuff.
Now, is there one that you would say is tougher or just different?
I think Jason, because he was the oldest and, always the elder child in the family, not all the time, but especially with Jason, he would tend to listen and follow the rules. Yeah, Travis isn't a rule follower. No, he runs to the tune of his own drum.
We had a conversation after I had Bennett where you had mentioned 3 girls still sounds a little bit nicer than 2 boys for that age.
Yeah.
Because, a bird.
It must be one of my ancestors.
Now, much like you're saying, doing a craft, we often start our day with a nice drawing, coloring session.
Yeah.
And I have said that in that moment, a house of boys would never. They would never.
No, they're breaking the crayons. It's like I saw one time 2 different fields. There was a field full of boys playing soccer and a field full of girls playing soccer. The girls, you ask them to get in a circle and kick the ball between each other. With the boys, one's, playing basketball with the soccer ball. They are, hitting each other. They're wrestling on the floor. They're doing everything but what they're told to do. So, yeah, completely different.
It might be tougher for us later.
Yeah,
sure.
Could be. Could be. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I also couldn't have you on and not ask about the famous story of Jason with the knives in the front yard.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I had just picked them up from daycare and we had gotten home. And I decided I was going to go upstairs and change because I had my, work outfit on. So I'm upstairs, I get the shorts on, and I hear from across the street this person calling, "Oh my God, he's got a knife." And I knew who it was immediately.
Did you really?
Yes, I knew it was Jason. He was the only one that was tall enough they could reach him. And I literally had him high up in a cabinet because I had to keep everything sharp away from both of them. But yeah, I ran out there. I only had my shorts on and a bra. I literally ran out and, and then everybody was clapping on the street. They were so excited about that picture. So it was really kind of funny, but Jason was literally throwing it up in the air and it would come down and hit the ground and
to stick in the grass.
Yeah, and Travis is just looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, that could have went right through his head. But yeah, that was a scary time. That was a scary one.
Yeah. I'm always brought back to little Jason when he headbutted grandma.
Oh yeah, he did that with my mother. Yeah. He thought that was just great fun because Ed and he used to do it all the time.
Sure.
Just as a little game. And he wasn't even walking. They would just headbutt each other, and sure enough,
like a little love tap.
Pretty much knocked my grandmother out. I mean, their grandmother out. And the other time is Jason was 2 months old and I had just dried my hair and he picked up a hairdryer and hit me over the head and I saw stars on that one. Yeah. And he wasn't doing it to be mean or anything. He just thought it was fun. Thought it was funny. What 2-year-old can pick up a hairdryer and swing it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had muscles back then.
Now, as the mother of that man's 4 children, how can I prevent my kids from repeating their dad's mistake?
Oh, geez. I think every child is their own and they come up with their own thoughts. So something that they're going to come up with is going to be completely different than what my children did because they're watching different shows.
Sure.
They're looking at cartoons and I'm sure that Jason had seen that on some cartoon. They both like to mimic.
Now, you've told so many great stories about Jason and Travis. Is there one that you haven't told? Maybe you've been saving for the perfect moment, and maybe this is that moment.
I don't know.
You've aired it out. You've exposed
there you go.
them.
There's one in particular that I do remember. I used to have to keep the keys up high, just like I had to keep the knives up high. And Travis, for some reason, was opening up the drawers and he was climbing up them. He was 3, climbing up the cupboards to get to the keys. And for some reason, I was in the bathroom or whatever. I mean, you got to go. And I'm all by myself. I go out the back door, and there's 2 of them sitting in the car. Now, mind you, the car was locked. So Travis would watch us like a hawk. He knew exactly what we were doing. He knew how to unlock the car door, get into it, and then slam it shut. And I don't know how he did it, but somehow, and thank goodness, it was it was not an automatic.
Sure.
Okay. And he put the keys in the car. He knew exactly what to do and turned it on, and it jumped and went right through the garage door. And Jason, thank goodness, was sitting next to him, and he was just like this. He was so excited. But he could have been standing in front of it. It could have been a really bad moment.
I will tell you, after watching the dynamic between our own kids now, I wouldn't be surprised if Jason wasn't following him to say, nope, put the key in the hole.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna want to turn it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he actually got it started. Yeah, he did at 3. So from then on, I always had to have my keys on my person. I could not hide them.
That's terrible.
Because they could see where I left them. So yeah, that was a little scary.
Not Trav out here just saving receipts.
Yeah, there's some other ones with the car, but I can't go into it.
The trunk?
Yeah.
When it was going to be sold the next day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
we'll leave that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one on.
Yeah.
Be out of respect for the individuals involved.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one between us.
Parameters.
What is the art of the Easter egg?
The art of the Easter egg is that there's do's and don'ts, right? Like, I'm never going to plant an Easter egg that ties back to my personal life. It's always going to be towards music or a musical, something I'm coming up with, something I have coming up, a plan I have coming together, something that you don't know I'm saying for a specific reason that you'll hear later, and you'll go back and be like, oh my God. Like, I think my favorite one of those was I was given an honorary doctorate from NYU, and I made the commencement speech, and I put so many lyrical Easter eggs in that speech that when the Midnights album came out after that, the fans were like, the whole speech was an Easter egg.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, that's really fun because they find it fun.
For sure.
And also just, I love numerology. I love math stuff. I love dates. I love that stuff, like, I find really fun. And I want Easter eggs to be a certain thing where, like, if you are a part of the fandom and you want to experience like music in a normal way, then you don't even see these. You don't even care what that thing is above that doorway, under that dimly lit, flickering light over there that's upside down, backwards, in Braille. You don't need to know what that is.
I love this. Yeah.
But if you want to look at that,
but if you do,
then it's there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you know, if you're in the know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then you know.
Let's talk about something I don't know. What is numerology? You threw that phrase out there like that's a comment. What is numerology?
You don't know what numerology is?
I'm
assuming something with numbers.
Yeah, like I'm 87 and she's 13.
Yeah, literally, it's that simple. Just numbers.
And 100.
Yeah, 13 plus 87 equals 100. That's numerology. Like, numbers that have a specific significance. Like, yeah, exactly.
Keep it
like
100?
Do you not keep it 100 ever?
I'm trying to. I attempt to.
It's crazy that you don't.
What numbers do I have?
You're just admitting that like that.
Kylie, I don't know how to do this.
It's okay. It's not for everyone.
My favorite number is 13, though. It always has been. Travis.
I know. And that's part of the numerology of why we're dating.
Okay.
Part of it.
Okay.
It's been in my life, my whole
Right?
life.
Travis likes people that like the number 13.
Yeah.
I
What
love
does
them. Yes.
liking the number 13 say about us, though?
It says that we're family in in trichodectophilia, I think it is the
what
obsession with
No, man,
with
it's
13.
every day, dude. This is every day.
That's a real
You
thing.
know what that means.
This is every day.
He knows what this means.
Trichodelphophilia. So that's the obsession with specifically number 13 or something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, triskaidekaphobia is when you hate 13.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphilia is when you love it.
Philia is love. I don't know why. I think it was like everybody else was afraid of number 13. So I'm like, yeah,
That's
I like
the phobia.
13.
That's
That's
the
what-
phobia.
okay.
Yeah, you're just being contrarian, which I love. I love that about you.
All right. Well,
You're just like, you want to do this? I'm going to do this.
that's exactly how I sound.
Oh, Jason.
Let's get
Jason.
All right. Favorite thing about the Eras Tour was, besides going to it and just being like this amazed at everything. I think I was on another podcast recently, just like all of the songs, everything you just talked about, where it changes so much, right? There's something new every 20, 30 seconds. It was incredible. The nonstop length of it. But I'm going to be remiss if I don't say one of the things that I loved is watching Travis Kelce get on the stage. The man in the tuxedo.
It was so good. It was so special. That was like, we were like, that came out because we thought we were doing a bit. Like we both thought we were just joking. Because a lot of what we're saying is like inside of a bit and we're laughing the whole time. And every once in a while, one of us would be like, are you serious? Like I could be. I could be serious. Are you serious?
I was serious in terrifying fashion. I was like, yeah.
It was like wouldn't it be funny if kind of thing.
Fun.
Yep.
And
I would try not to fuck this up.
It was so-
no, the show's perfect. You don't want to fuck the show up, do you? Taylor?
But I knew you were going to be down for it. I knew you were, if you wanted to do it. Like I was never going to pressure you to do it. But the fact that when we were talking about it, we were joking. I saw that little twinkle in your eye where I was like, oh, he wants to do it.
You want me to go
He
on
wants
stage?
to do it.
He wants to?
Do you want me to go on stage?
Yeah, you got up there.
I'll do it.
You were so good. Every single beat, his comedic timing is crazy. Like,
It is good.
and when the lights are bright, he slows down time. Like that's when he.
Well, no, I just black
Thrives.
out and hope that it ends out like perfect.
That's you said.
That's
you and
just-
I are saying the same
That's
thing.
just I did. I
a big
honestly,
blackout
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I rose from that stage, and I saw how many people
Dude.
are looking at you, and I was just like blackout.
You looked so good. It was so amazing. Like it was one of the loudest, if
Sorry.
not the loudest screams I've ever heard on the tour.
It was insane.
It really was.
How many, Trev, you played football in some of the biggest stadiums you've been in
there's
front.
nothing
People have
like
been staring at your whole life. What
nothing
was
like
that
this.
moment like?
There's nothing like this.
Were you
I felt
nervous?
like an ant.
Were
I
you
felt
nervous?
like the smallest piece of life ever. Like that entire stadium, the floor.
Like, what are all these people doing on the field?
Holy, I didn't know this place felt like this. Oh my gosh. What is going on? I have to pick her up now. Okay, here we go. Don't drop her. Don't drop her.
Don't drop the
So
baby.
funny
Don't
that
drop the
that
baby.
you were actually scared about that. You could like throw me over a mountain and like climb
I
the
don't-
mountain and
listen,
catch me on the other side. Like
Football players drop balls all the time. This is not
oh my god, it was so good. It was London, it was Wembley Stadium. It was those were such special shows. And we had just wasn't this the week that I got to watch Jason meet the royal family?
It was.
It was.
Yeah, I knew you were serious when I was like, Jason, do you want to go meet?
And he was like, what do I do with my beer?
Yeah, I watched him have this moment with his beer where he's just like, but I want to take it, but I know that I probably should not take it.
That's right.
I watched this happen, and it was kind of the most
What do I
amazing.
do when I meet?
I like that you picked up on it because that was exactly what was going
Yeah,
in
if
my
I
head.
don't have my beer, what do I do with this hand now?
Is it
like
disrespectful to have a beer when you need royalty?
Or am I just like being authentic by having the beer? I would normally have the beer. Wouldn't they want me to be myself? I'm watching you say that in your head.
Yep.
And it was fantastic. I don't know. I'll always remember that. It was just like I'll always remember meeting you for the first time, Jason.
What was, I guess you brought it up. What was that first impression like? Did you know I was told to be on my best behavior?
I didn't know what you were told, but I did know that one of the first things I saw was like you say to Kylie, I was just shotgunning beers with the Bills Mafia, and I really want to go through one of the fire tables.
Yep.
I want to jump through it. I want to jump onto the flaming table. And she goes, okay, can we not do that right now?
Yeah, guy.
And since then, I've heard her say that exact thing to your 4-year-old. About like, mommy, I want to throw this pudding on the wall. Wouldn't that be fun? Can we not do it right now?
That's a common phrase for.
And so I meet you. You're exactly as I thought you would be. Kylie is exactly as I thought she would be. Just like the realest, the smartest, the coolest. You're fantastic. Obviously, you know that. And then I swear to God, Jason, you flew through the window at light speed. I've never seen someone so big move so fast.
It's impressive.
It's like, you know when you see a cricket and it's here?
Yeah.
And then it's gone, and it's 16 feet that way. You're like, did it just jump up that way? How did it do that?
And he gets more athletic the more
beers. I mean, it's real.
It was wild.
I really should have played in the NFL drunk. I think it would have been better.
You know what? At this point, I would never argue with that. And all of a sudden, like, you're out there in the snow. You're handing me children through the window. Like, I was
trying to. That
was
fully not my best moment.
It was. And like, I think it actually was. And I'm
She's
really
like,
grateful.
Taylor. I was like, you want to see Taylor? I got you. Let's go.
We're going.
Whose kid is that, Jason?
Don't know.
You know where this kid came from? But yeah, it was. I think it was your best moment, and I think I'm very lucky to have gotten to see it. I love this like new world that Travis has shown me because it's so fun. It's so exciting. There's so much pressure on these players that I kind of was like, I've only ever been in music and been like, you know, seeing that. But the pressure on sports is just such a different type that I have such a respect for everyone. Like everyone I meet on his team, like everyone I see doing this, I'm just like, you've been focused on this since you were a kid. And it shows.
Well, and I'm sure there's a lot of relatability there. Anybody trying to be the best at what they do and dedicating their lives to it. I mean, yeah.
And I've been so lucky because I never have gotten to see what the suite looks like when I play the game.
Because they didn't have a camera
I never
on
get
it.
to see my friends and family. I never get. So now, whenever I make a play, I get to see it, what it actually looks like, how much fun they're having, what the type of support that I get, and how crazy it gets. So the Vegas Super Bowl, there was a camera on the suite, and when Nicole scored that touchdown, and to see everybody in that suite start jumping on each other.
People are body slamming each other into other rooms. It was so violent.
It's giving me the chills right
like
now.
Everybody.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
That video.
To get everybody going crazy.
People went down. Like, there were people punching each other. It was like absolute chaos. And like, I have every memory of that. Like every memory of that moment is intact, but it's just like screaming and thrashing around and trying not to be taken down by this undertow of your friends going absolutely apeshit.
I loved every bit of it.
Oh, it was so insane.
You want to get your head down, but you kind of want to keep your ass a little bit higher.
Okay.
If you go too low
Head
with
down, ass high.
If you go too low with your butt, a lot of times your cleats will start to slip out, and then you're not getting any push afterwards.
I mean, the sneak's been around for a long time, but I got to tell you, until the tush push, brotherly shove, not a lot of teams ran it. Why do you think that was?
I've always thought that
one-sided.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided.
I feel comfortable saying that because the Giants already blew us out once, so we'll call it a blowout. It was blowout to blowout.
Eagles 38, Giants 20. Obviously, one of the biggest storylines of the NFL is Scadaboo had a pretty aggressive ankle injury. Sending all the love to him. Hopefully, he can get back, man. The NFL absolutely loves a motherfucker like that. Just a tough as nails dude. Hopefully, he gets back in tip-top shape. Big Dom DeSandro, sent over some pizza and cheesesteaks. I mean, the guy got a standing ovation as he was getting carted off. Nobody wants to see one of the most loved players in the league get hurt like that. And obviously, what that guy's meant to football over the past couple of weeks has been pretty fucking fun to watch. So hopefully he gets back healthy and back to running dudes over and being the epitome of a fucking NFL football player, man.
Yeah, man. I think that you saw, like, the link can be brutal to opposing players and fans.
Especially
like I've seen
rival teams. Yeah,
I've seen the link not handle opposing players getting injured well before, and I don't think it was intentional. Like, I think they're just excited about a big hit or something happening, but it was so apparent how much respect everybody in the NFL has for this guy and how he plays the game. Like, he got a standing ovation getting off the field. Like, very excited to see the future that Cam Scadaboo has in this league, and in such a short time to entrench yourself with that much respect in this league just shows. I try and tell young players this all the time. Like, players like, oh, the fans are on me about this, or, I'm getting unfair criticism. Dude, if you just go out there and you play with reckless abandon, you will get cheered. Like, and I bring this story up all the time. Zach Ertz got crushed for a week or whatever. The first catch he had, he went out there and he ran through like 3 people, broke 3 tackles, and it was like being carried forward. And you know what happened? You know what the fans did? They fucking erupted in cheers. So I don't want to hear like, oh, like they're saying mean things. Like, motherfucker, you control it. If you go out there with great energy and effort, you will be loved in the sport of football. That's one of the beautiful 100%. Things about the sport.
Yep.
People love guys that just have relentless motors. So that requires zero talent. That's just the reality of it.
That's so spot on, man. Well, get healthy, big guy. Enjoy those cheesesteaks Dom dropped off. But let's get to this game. Initial thoughts on the game, Jason?
I mean, this is exactly what we've been waiting to see. I mean, we've known that the Eagles are talented and that if they can play up to what they're capable of, that they are a very dangerous team. And obviously the Giants have been clicking. They've been playing well recently with Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, although he left early, and I do think that took some wind out of their sails. The Eagles are rolling right from the get-go. It started with the second play of the game with that Saquon Barkley huge rushing touchdown. It never stopped. I mean, we've been waiting to see the ground game get going. And a lot has been made about Jalen Hurts in the passing game. And that started to get fixed the last couple weeks. But I don't think people really realize how much, when you're running the ball well, it just makes everything go. Right? Your play action passing is better. You're in less third and long situations. You're in more third and manageable, even when you get to them. And it just makes the rhythm so much better. And the Eagles ran the ball so freaking well. Landon Dickerson is fine. It looks like he's fully healthy, and he's been there for the last couple weeks. Brett Toth was in for Cam Jurgens being injured from last game, and he went in and played center in the Vikings game without any reps during the week, and it wasn't the best outing, right? That's a tough situation to be thrown into, right? Like, you work on guard and these other things all week, and all of a sudden you're live in the game doing the snaps. And he bounced back, man. There was a lot of criticism all week about the previous game and one of his games at guard, and he honestly was one of the best players up front for him throughout the day. He had a bunch of crucial blocks. He did well in the combinations. He had a lot of fold schemes, pulling around, making blocks at the second level. And something else that I think doesn't ever really get talked, and I know this just because I know Brett, he puts the line in a really, he's going to make sure the calls are right. And that is such a big part of having a backup going at center, because if you're not all on the same page, it's not communicated well, it can like make everything fall apart.
Fuck yeah.
And you could see that those guys were in sync and that everybody was on the same page. And that's half of being successful in the run game. 9 times out, especially if you got great players, which the Eagles
get
do.
Bodies on bodies, baby. You give a guy like Saquon a chance, man. We're rolling.
Brett, you got to give him his flowers, and I know Philadelphia already had an outstanding game. Big Fred Johnson, a lot of 6-man offensive linemen in the game. You want to get the run game going? It always helps when you put a 6'10" fucking mutant of a human being out there to go pave some fucking run lanes over. And they were outstanding all game. Saquon had a day. Tank Bigsby was running the ball really well.
Yeah, both went for 100, baby.
I mean, there were massive holes, but at the same time, they were also making guys miss, breaking tackle, establish the run all day. They've been waiting for this to happen. You could tell they were energized to get it going, and they fucking delivered, like, with some passion. It was an awesome game to watch for an offensive lineman's perspective. And then, of course, Jalen was and Devontae Smith in particular were spectacular with the play action.
Don't forget my guy Dallas, man. Dallas got in the zone twice, baby.
I was talking to Mina Kimes in the production truck right before one of the games one time, and we were talking about the little RPO with the tight end sneaks off into the flat in like every red zone or short yardage situation. And it's like, I don't know why we don't do this every time. Like, I don't think anybody ever covers it. And then sure enough, he gets a touchdown right off of that. And it's like, yep. So it was similar to you guys. The Eagles right now are rolling in every phase now. This was what we've been waiting for. The running game hasn't clicked. This is a great establishing game for the Eagles ground game. Hopefully Saquon isn't too banged up and we can get him back after this bye week against Green Bay. But if the ground game is clicking like this, they have a great balance right now of Jalen going under center, doing play action. And then they're doing the RPOs at times, whether it's the fold schemes with Toth or the zone read options where you got Dallas in the flat, whatever it is. They're doing a great job with all of that. And then on top of that, Jalen's operating really well, throwing the ball down the field and getting explosive plays. So you could not have asked for a better game offensively. Like, you couldn't have.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Get them boys up front rolling, man.
Let's go, Bubba.
And then what we didn't talk about is the tush push. A very controversial tush push.
Did you see it?
Of course I did.
It's a fumble. Like, they missed it.
I'm glad you said it. It's one of those, like, you gotta fucking blow the whistle and say that his momentum stopped, or you got to call it a fumble.
Well, I think that they were trying to blow the whistle, supposedly. I don't know the exact sequencing of it, but his forward momentum wasn't stopped, right? Like, listen, I know everybody wants to get on the tush push. Again, I don't see how this has anything to do with the tush push. Officials miss forward progress calls all the time.
All the time.
So I know there's been a lot of noise around false starts and now this play, and I get it. And if the tush push truly is hard to officiate, that would certainly be a reason to ban it. I'm not looking to make excuses. I just don't know how these little things have to do with the actual pushing of tushes. Like, it'll still be an issue if the Eagles run quarterback sneak. Like, that's my one caveat to it. Like, if you allow offensive linemen to false start, they're going to do that whether there's people pushing the quarterback or not. If you stop forward progress, it wasn't like it wasn't visible. Like, it was visible.
The thing is that his legs weren't on the ground.
Right.
Well, so it was like he can't go forward anymore other than he's being pushed.
Right.
Which was like, does that mean his momentum's still going? Because if his momentum's still going, then that's 100% a fumble.
I think his momentum was still going. I think the officials missed the call. But it happens all the time. I mean, there's this forward progress thing comes up every once in a while. Like, it's not like that unique. And I also, like, one of my favorite things about the whole thing is Giants fans being livid at the officials, tweeting at me. I'm like, y'all are getting your asses whipped. What the fuck are you talking about the officials? Like, this ain't no one like this. Yeah, like, I don't know what the hell what game are y'all watching? How about you yell at your safety for not fucking tackling? What are we talking about the officials for? I was just like blown away. I was like, listen, you can complain about the officials when your team is kind of keeping it close, but when you're getting your ass whipped, let's be a little, exactly.
Well, Kayvon Thibodeau gets asked about it after the game, and he says,
"Sounds like some bullshit to me."
Then Brian Burns quickly cautions him, "Hey, you'll get fined."
Yeah, sorry.
Thibodeau said, "Sorry. No, that was a great call by the ref."
I mean, that was a great call by the ref.
That'll save you a fine right there. Would you give him a nice compliment afterwards?
Which I don't agree with. Listen, I am, you know me. I do not like complaining about officials. I've never have. That's not how I operate. I don't think that you should be fined. I think that's bullshit, personally.
Yeah, I can't give my opinion on what I thought about the call.
Yeah, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Yeah, it's a freedom of speech, baby. What the fuck are we doing right here?
No, I got my fine.
I don't think that you should be able to be fined for that. I think that's nonsense. And I am all for having the officials back usually, but I mean, listen, it was a bad call. Like, what do you want me to say? I don't know. Moving on to some other things from week 8. A lot of Buns games this week. I mean, it's fun if you wanted to watch the favorite just beat the ever-loving shit out of the underdog. It was a great week for you. Other than the one game. The spirit of Nick Mangold got this one done. I really do like.
Go, baby.
Dude, the Jets winless. Like, there's no hope that they're going to win a game all season. They can't. They got no momentum.
That was a fun one. McAfee and the gang. A lot of them gave us a shout out over here on New Heights.
Let's hear this. I want to hear what this is.
I'd like to reiterate some of your points. Like, hey, you got really good wood too. You know what I mean? But the greatest wood comes from New Heights, and that's a Cincinnati
Dude,
legend through and through.
He's
and
like
Travis
a walking
Kelce. Jason Kelce, you
promo.
talked about the absolute dogs from Ohio.
How does he fucking do it?
It's off the cuff too. It's unbelievable.
It has to be. They don't script any of this stuff. It's just amazing. He can just go.
Dude, he's the best, man. He's the best. The guy's got crazy talent, man. But shout out to all the Bills Mafia that was talking all the shit in the world. I love it. And it's just, it's a sacred place to play a football game, man. And I cherish every game that I get an opportunity to go up there. But that shit sucks when you don't come away with a victory out there, because they let you have it, man. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating, especially when you think that, you put it on yourself. All right, now let's get it out of the way. Jason, you're out of the house today. You're not in Philadelphia.
This is correct.
Pennsylvania. You are,
I'm in Orlando. I'm down by our mother, Travis.
Nice. You're in Florida.
Florida.
Did
I get is that the right? Is that the right?
Florida. Yeah, no, it's great. No invite for the rest of us. Thanks, Jason.
I mean, Travis, it's difficult for me to maneuver around Disney World. I could not fucking imagine you trying to do this right now.
Dude, I just put on a goofy mask and keep it moving.
I don't think they have masks. They have goofy hats.
You're not allowed to wear masks?
I mean, I think since COVID, I think anything flies with the masks. I did go masked one time to a Phillies game so I could sit in the outfield so I didn't have to sit in a box.
How'd that go?
Didn't last long. I got picked out real quick.
Yeah, you did. Something about the face. It's like the shape of the face. You could just do a shadow of your face and people would be like, Jason.
Is that a Japanese maple walking by us? I think I've seen that guy.
That's lovely, man. What's been the most exciting so far?
I mean, seeing the girls react to all the characters because they're still young, and Wyatt's starting to get old enough where you can see she's starting to ask questions. Or like she meets Ariel, she can't wait to meet Ariel, and the entire time she's just staring at Ariel's fin, and she's kind of like, like she in her head, I think she knows, and like she's petting Pluto, and she's like, that doesn't feel like a dog. And then going on the ride. Any ride I can talk the girls into going on, which is very hard. Here's what's hard. Kylie's family is not ride people. Kylie's not a ride person. So the girls, I think, that rubs off on them a little bit. They're a little bit more skittish because mom's not a ride person. So whenever I'm trying to talk them into it, and then I'm an idiot. So I talk them into a ride. And then it's like immediately like regret, right? Like you get on the teapots and the teapots spin. And I'm like, you want to go on the teapot? She's like, no. And I was like, and she was like, I don't like that it spins. I was like, we won't spin. Dad will make sure that it doesn't spin. And in my head, of course, I'm like, she'll get going and I'll start spinning a little bit. And then she'll realize she's having fun. Cause that was Big Ed. That was our Big Ed's method of everything.
Fun, yeah.
Talk you into doing it. Lie to you that you're not going to do it, then start doing it. Then you're like, you know what? Actually, Dad, this is a good idea. I like what you're doing here. Doesn't work on my kids. My kids immediately, no.
Immediately
I start spinning that thing and Wyatt starts losing her fucking mind. And then I'm trying to just hold it and she's still not having fun. But no, she actually liked the teacups. Teacups, she liked any of the stuff where you're just like basically a moving story. Whether you're like Peter Pan or what is it, A Small World.
They could do that all day.
And then every once in a while, Dad will sneak off and do Space Mountain. We did Tron. I missed Animal Kingdom yesterday because I was at Monday Night Football. So unfortunately, didn't get to see that. I did get to eat a turkey leg while watching the parade go by. And I was just baby in this arm, turkey leg in this arm, waving to the creatures with my turkey leg. I felt like a Neanderthal, like in the most glorious fashion. So yeah, we've been having a blast. Kids are just complete chaos. I'm in a full fight with Wyatt over a fucking waffle. Ruins about 30 minutes of our entire day because she wants a whole waffle and I'm trying to explain to her that there's only 4 waffles and there's like fucking 15 people. So just take a piece of the waffle and she's like getting furious. And I'm like, listen, I'm putting my foot down on this. You ain't getting another fucking free waffle. I'm not giving you a whole fucking waffle.
You can't give her a whole waffle.
And then Kylie's like, just give her the waffle. What are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm not raising some spoiled little fucking rotten child. She's getting hurt. She'd share it. Kylie actually had my back, so it was good.
Way to team up, Kai.
And she cried. She had a full meltdown. Thankfully,
Snow White came in with a full
No. It wasn't Snow White. You know who came in and saved the day? Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow came by, saved the fucking day. Whoever was being Jack Sparrow was like the best version of Jack Sparrow.
In the morning, too?
He nailed it.
absolutely killed it.
Nice.
And then from there, Wyatt was in a better mood. And then she found out that we were getting beignets from Princess Tiana's area. And it's like, but we're going to share the beignets, right? And she's like, yes, I'll share the beignets. So I'm like, you know what? We're back. We're fucking back.
You got some bougie ass kids, man.
Not man.
Beignets.
Travis, it's Disney World. You're experiencing culture. Have you ever been to Epcot? It's basically the most cultured place on the planet.
I was going to say, it's like going around the world. Is there alcohol served?
Not at Magic Kingdom, which is where we've been the last couple of days. Animal Kingdom does have, and I found this out from Dan Orlovsky. Shout out to Dan Orlovsky. The Dawa Bar, the Jungle Juice, is very good. In Animal Kingdom, if you're an alcoholic beverage drinker, Epcot is your place. Tons of it. I think we're going today. Can't wait to partake. Magic Kingdom, I think you got to go to like an actual restaurant, sit down restaurant in the park to get an alcoholic beverage, which I think is probably right. Magic Kingdom doesn't need alcohol being served. This is like the land of like children. Fucking creatures all over the place. We don't need drunk dads at Magic Kingdom. Epcot, we can kind of finagle it. You can figure it out.
We don't need a Jason versus
Don't
Jack
get too
Sparrow
drunk at Epcot, but you can get buzzed. We don't need buzzed people walking around Magic Kingdom. This is a place of children, sir.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for new news. Let's move on.
All righty. Bold topics to wrap up week 9 in the NFL. Let's start with the one you can't wait to talk about, Trav. Chiefs 21, Bills 28. All right, Trav, 4 losses.
Man.
What are we thinking? What are the initial thoughts from the game? Where are we at?
I mean, obviously it's the bye week, so I'm kind of looking at everything. Like I've taken a step back and kind of looked at the whole scheme of things, and it's frustrating, man. I mean, 5-4, a little over 500 right now, out of the playoffs. If the playoffs started right now, we got to get this shit going, man. And the schedule doesn't get much easier. Our next 3 opponents are absolutely on fire.
How you feeling after the hit?
It knocked the wind out of me. You caught me. I got kind of sandwiched in there.
I haven't had the wind knocked out of me in a while. That's a fucking annoying one.
You know you're okay, but you got to just kind of.
No, it's coming back. It'll come back. I can breathe in a second.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Football. God damn it. It's the best.
Go into the blue tent. You got your wind knocked out. What? Why am I in the blue tent? Why
tent?
do I go into the, no, it was at halftime. And then I got
evaluated in the locker room.
Yeah. I had to get evaluated in the locker room. I'm just sitting. I'm like, why? What is this? Why is this? What day is it? Fucking Sunday. What? I don't.
It's Saturday. Get me the fuck out of here.
Before a concussion or after a concussion, I don't know who we played last week. We're in week 9. Are you kidding me? You're going to make me sit here and fucking.
So let's take a listen to some of these voicemails right now.
Can't wait.
My name is Ruth. My question is, was there any kind of pet that either of you wanted as a kid that your parents absolutely wouldn't have allowed? Like, for instance, my mom would have been cool with just about anything, including snakes, which I'm pretty sure that's not the norm. But, like, is there anything that Mama Kelce or Papa Kelce would have immediately vetoed? Also, my cat, Autumn Willow, she watches the show with me every week. She says hi.
Okay, Autumn.
All right, Autumn.
Nice. Shout out to Autumn.
I don't think we would have been allowed to get anything other than a dog and a cat. I think that's where Mom and Dad drew the line.
I remember bringing it up that I wanted a ferret. I thought they were the coolest animals ever.
Very much remember that.
Then learned that they're not very, like, my college roommate had a ferret.
Who had a ferret?
And I got to Isaiah Pede.
Isaiah Pede had a ferret?
Dude, yes. I forget the name of it, but it was living in our dorm room illegally.
Yeah, of course.
Frowned upon. Because you can't have pets in the dorm rooms.
That was the same thing with Marcus Barnett. Marcus Barnett had an alligator in the dorms.
Bones Barnett, man.
That's right.
God damn it. What a legend. Yeah. So a ferret I mean, you got to be ready for the room to smell like absolute shit. It's going to be a fucking mess. Those things are not like as cute and friendly as you would hope they were.
I feel like we talked about, definitely remember you wanting a ferret. Like,
yeah, my dad mentioned that when I told him, I was like, yeah, my roommate has a ferret and it is the fucking worst. And he's like, yeah, you remember when you wanted that fucking rodent? Yes. Dad got fired up. He was like, thank God We didn't fucking lean into that.
I feel like we almost got a hamster one. Like the rodents were definitely a thing for a little bit. Then there was like a rabbit because did the Born Horse have, somebody had a rabbit or a bunny, one of our friends, and we talked about that for a little bit. No chance our parents were letting us get a snake or anything like that.
We'd have done something dumb with it.
I do remember you wanted a pygmy marmoset. This is when you're a full-grown adult. I wouldn't be surprised if you still want.
Marmoset.
You remember those little finger monkeys that?
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
we
into?
were fucking around with that. Those things look fucking cool. I just saw them flying around, jumping on fingers. I just wanted to put my finger in the air and see it jump from one side of the room onto my finger.
I did have a buddy that had a monkey growing up, and I remember going there and seeing the cage for this thing and just being like, what the fuck? I was like a kid, and I was like, why the fuck do you guys have a monkey?
Dude.
You know the pet that I kind of want now? I saw one online where somebody had like a full-on, not a sea turtle, but like those old the tortoises that grow to be like 100
turtles.
No, they're like just like it's just a big tortoise. Giant tortoise or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know exactly.
They had them in Chicago, and it was like had a garage beer on its back, and it was just walking down the street. I was like, God dang, a tortoise like that would be so fucking sick. But then it's like, all right, where do I keep this
Just
thing?
because it's 100 years, it outlives you.
Yeah, they pass it on down. Yeah, it's Bill. He's older than everybody in the family.
You're stuck with them now.
It is now at your inconvenience. Good luck caring for him in the winter in Pennsylvania.
Do you recommend exotic pets for kids, Jason?
I don't remember exotic pets for anybody. I think exotic pets should stay exotic. Wild animals, dogs and cats are kind of the big ones. Do you know the one that's kind of getting interesting? Donkeys, like a miniature donkey.
That's not
I think
an exotic pet.